What's up, everybody? This is Lauren. I'm with Reinventing the Tattoo, and welcome to Guy Aitchison's Reinventing the Tattoo community, where artists, tattooers, apprentices, collectors, and the like are encouraged to join in live events just like this. We have real-world events coming up later this year as well, and a lot of other fun and interesting stuff happening right in the free community app that you can find in your app store, Apple, Google Play, wherever you're looking, or in your browser at community.reinventingthetattoo.com. We have this show, art shows, panels, interviews. Seriously, we're beaming out 3 to 7 awesome shows every single week. You can find me, myself, Guy Aitchison, Gabe Ripley, and others hosting really cool stuff with awesome guests all the time. We're beaming in from YouTube or Facebook. So if you're watching, drop us a comment and we'll definitely have time maybe towards the end for some questions and comments and stuff like that. Otherwise, we want to highlight our community, which I will do right here for you. We've got lots of different events. So if you're wanting to watch a podcast, in real time, check it out here. You can find every single Sunday at 1 Eastern, Jason Lesser has a Reinventing drawing group where all skill levels are welcome. You can bring a design you're working on or something that you had in mind that you'd like a critique on, all that type of stuff, as well as at 9 a.m. on Mondays. Jake Meeks with our affiliate Fireside Tattoo Network is beaming out with group. It's really cool to join those. He can, do critiques, work on a drawing that you have for the day, all sorts of stuff. Also in this event page, you can find out some of our upcoming events. We've got the creature feature, which I think a lot of you guys watching will be super interested in, followed by a drunk critique that night coming up on June 29th. Other than that, of course, we're here free, like I keep saying, thanks to our awesome sponsors. And we have World Tattoo events, which we will highlight for you also, where Alex Van Dutch, Matt Gahn, we have a cool couple interviews coming up next week on the 30th at 10 a.m. Eastern. He has all sorts of tattoo conventions that some of us will be attending, like the Tattoo Collectors Expo in August. We also have Inkjet Stencils. Thanks to Donna for supporting the Reinventing community. Her stencils can be found at inkjetstencils.com. And we all know how much time and eventually money that we save doing that. We also have Dermalize Pro, known in the US as D-Lize Pro. They've got a lot of cool stuff on their website at dermalizepro.com for the best tattoo care after products available. Beyond that, we've got Raw Pigments, and you guys know that I'm with Raw Pigments. We've got great tattoo pigment selection right from the source. New colors are coming this summer, so we will be bringing those to the Chicago Tattoo Convention coming up next month. I believe our guest Todd today will be going as well, and we're trying to talk Fawn into doing the same. Beyond that, some real world events that we have going on. In November, we will be in Brussels at the International Tattoo Convention there, and next year as well at the Rock River Tattoo Art Expo on July 8th to 10th. Other than that, I think you guys are ready to jump in today. We've got a nice view for Fawn. She's in Vegas. Jordan, you're in Ohio. Mm-hmm. How's it going?
Pretty beautiful out here in Ohio. In the dark mothership. Fawn is out in beautiful Las Vegas. How's it going out there, Fawn?
So my friends were telling me about all these murals down off of Fremont Street that have come up over the last few years. So I'm going to be kind of walking around those areas, showing them off.
Nice.
So there's beautiful and impressive artwork that wasn't here last time I was out. So I'm really excited. I'm seeing it all for the first time today with you guys.
Very cool. So Fawn's in Vegas. We're here with Adam Rogers, our man, second timer. Man, he's got some awesome pieces too since the last time that we've been on here. Last night, he got a super dope piece. I had no idea he was even getting tattooed, and he pops up in my room.
Well, I was supposed to get it like a month ago, and then his kids got sick and pushed back. And I got that scheduled in after the tattoo convention we went to in Cincinnati. I knew I wanted to get an American traditional piece, just something, but I knew I wanted to do.
Right.
You know me, I like the nerd stuff. So I went to him. I said, "Get me an Ozaru done in your style," and he killed it for me. So
nice. That's awesome.
I appreciate it. And then there's room to grow on the back there now, so I feel like anybody can tie into that, or Adam or Fawn, or light, just beautiful bio maybe behind there.
Yeah.
I wanted some, just like one of like each style. I don't know. So that's where we're at.
Nice. Yeah, that dope Ozaru, big old Dragon Ball Z gorilla.
It's gonna give you some motivation for me,
Yeah,
always get better,
keep it pumping.
Always fucking, and then hopefully when I'm that dude with like the 12 pack, I'm not fucking with that guy.
Yeah, right. That dude's gonna turn into a fucking 100-foot monkey.
Well, that's the plan at least. We're working on that. Other than that, it's been pretty good. I'm on Fawn's wait list. And I'm still waiting from Derb. Yeah, he's such a busy guy.
Getting them lined up.
What are you getting from Fawn?
I basically told her whatever she wants to do. So
Wigwags.
Magic happen. Did you see that thing that I did earlier this week? I only shared it on my story.
Are you asking me or Adam?
I don't think I did actually. No, I'm not on Instagram as much as I should be. I don't know. Once a day I check everything before I go to bed. And then...
We finally figured out what we're gonna do with Jordan's armpit. It's gonna be fantastic. We're gonna take this crazy wigwag design. It almost looks like something Cassidy Bell would do. There's actually really soft, subtle like color transitions and stuff when we're pulling these designs right out of real glass. So it's like next level. It's fun. I can't wait.
That's awesome. Yeah, you didn't. We should pull that up because Adam needs to see that.
I trust Fawn. That's where I'm at with these artists. I follow them on Instagram, and then I see their work, and I kind of give them a general idea, and I'm just like, do you? Because the whole time yesterday, Blake was kind of weird. He's like, I'm surprised you called me. It's like, why, man? Your work speaks for itself, dude. You do great American traditional, you know, like he's kind of like talking down on himself and stuff. And it's like, no, man, you fucking
great.
Yeah, killing it.
Yeah,
he's
you're
definitely
killing it. He did it so fast too,
I seen
man.
some big ass Polynesian stuff that he was doing too. He was killing that. I was working on a Polynesian piece upstairs. And I go down there. He's working on a big ass back piece Polynesian. I was like, whoa.
He worked so quick. I was so like shocked by how just the guy puts it on there fast, man. It was like I thought it was gonna be a 2 session, and it was 1 session, like 3 hours, and he got it done. So.
Get it in there.
Nice.
Yeah. First back part started the back, and I know you guys all have your backs covered and stuff, but it's a long process.
Yeah. Fawn, you disappeared.
I just sent you pictures to the collecting podcast page.
Oh, sick, cool. Because I seen you didn't have any.
So I was working on this piece on. Her name is Sam Dustin. She's actually a tattooer and a shop owner from South Haven, Michigan, and like our tattoo lineage kind of like intertwined. It's really special to work on her. And it was cool that she was excited for such a rad kind of
that clash of the blue and red. It was very yeah.
This thing turned out so cool, and it was so much fun.
Nice.
I know we've talked about it before. I'm a glass collector. I waste a lot of money on glass. I don't think it's wasting, but I spend.
No, it's your hobby. No, everybody gets weird about hobbies, but if you
this
like
is a wigwag off of the bottom of a piece that was made by Blueberry 503. He's one of my favorite artists. I don't have a piece from him yet, but so this is a Blueberry wigwag, fellow tattoo artist.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Fawn, I need you to do something like that on my inner arm.
I would love to do something like that, but we could make it like we could do like the colors or something like that, so it matches what you've got started on the outer arm.
Mm-hmm. I like that. Yep, you inspired me.
So that guy's gonna be tripping, or this lady's gonna be tripping one night and look down at her fucking hand and lose it. It's lose it. Awesome, I love it.
Yep, and there's like we've got a lot of like fractal art going on around it. There's like a fern that's opening up, and then the opposite side of the fern is these fractals that look like almost like malachite or something like that, like just a rock that you've sliced in half.
Okay.
But it's really cool because it's so abstract, but there's a lot of really cool like nature influences and abstract influences to it. And her sleeve was actually started by, her name is Carissa Gray, and she did my very first tattoo, and she did the colored ornamental side of my head. So it's really cool to like take a sleeve started by somebody that I respect so much and then just run with it and turn it into our own thing. Nice. So it not only is it like a forced collab like we joke about a lot, but it's special because I can't, like an artist that I look up to. So I want to save the integrity of her idea as well as put my own spin and twist on it and add our own stuff.
Right.
So it's a cool challenge. Most of the time when we're like reworking work or adding to things, it's not like somebody we respect that much. So
I have a question. What's on her upper arm there? Is that like a grasshopper? Like some alien
Oh, it's a bumblebee. Another artist did that for her. She had that before we met, but it's a bumblebee, and the body of the bumblebee is made out of like different quilt patterns. So totally.
Cool.
No, I love that color. I love that how you have that point on there too. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm in love with that wigwag. I just really, really like that a lot. I think
Mhm.
that's some of the tattooing I'm more interested in, and just like visually when it comes to abstract
It's
stuff.
almost
I mean,
like
there's
wood
so many
grain,
there's so many
too.
things I love, but like something about it just hits just right with me. So good job, Fawn.
Because like natural and geometric, and like there's some string theory flow happening.
Yeah,
We're
Right.
there's a lot of hidden stuff in that.
You know, the sad thing about being a
fine line
collector
work with it.
is I feel like you guys should post more of your stuff. I feel like you guys are like, well, that's not what the general, tattoo collection wants to see. So I'm not going to post this one up today. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like only like a quarter of the tattoos get posted on Instagram, and it's like, whoa, I didn't see that.
It's fair. I mean, on my side, I'm
I don't see you post very often
reasons
at
why
all.
I don't post a lot is I have a lot of in progress stuff, and so it's like I'll post in progress things, but there's also like where I feel like I'm posting the same thing over and over, and so it's like so many posts just end up being.
But like I was saying
same
earlier,
project.
not everybody's seeing that. There are a few assholes that are on Instagram all day, every day, but most people get on like once or twice a day. So it's like if you do repost it, chances are that person only sees it once.
It's fair. It's fair though. I guess.
Like I said, I missed this on Fawn's, and I follow Fawn. Like when I see something Fawn posts, I'm usually trying to give it a like and give it a boost. And
I think a lot of it too is just like we all busy.
yeah,
We all busy too. We forget.
I like the batches, to be honest with you. When you're like, here's 5 things I've been working on, I feel like I got all caught up at once.
Right. That's kind of how I am.
So
I'll wait a while, and then all of a sudden
ways.
I'll just like have an Instagram day.
It goes both ways.
I don't care as much about getting as many likes from like tricking the algorithm, like
I don't
doing
care about
doing a
them.
post like every day, or it's like like that, just so I can like keep the algorithm happy. I'm like, I'll do that. Whoa.
It's getting a little
Do that.
easier.
I'll do it like once a week, and it'll be like 4 or 5 posts down.
I'm going to mute myself,
TikToks.
but I want to share these murals with you guys. So I'm going to mute myself for a little bit. So continue your conversation, and I'm going to share murals.
I like
Okay.
heroes.
I'm gonna stop sharing here.
no, I guess that's just me being selfish as a guy that likes art. It's like every time I go into the retreat, everybody's working. It's just I don't see that stuff every day. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
maybe once a week they'll post their favorite of the week or something like
Mhm.
that, if that. And it's like, let's see it. I like all the tattoos, the abstract, the weird, the smaller ones.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I could see that as a collector and as.
But I
a
understand
fan of
it
all.
from the standpoint as the artist. You want more recognition from your fellow artists than you do, I feel like, from the collector sometimes.
I
You
want
know,
some-
you
Nah,
want
I mean,
to.
I wouldn't want to say. I wouldn't say that by any means, for sure. Like I want equally everyone to see
It's a
to
weird
see
ego
my work
thing.
and
I
stuff.
couldn't
I don't
imagine
want
it.
any one person to be like, oh, I really want this person to see it, or I really want like other tattoo artists to see that. I guess I if anything want to show the work off for people who could want my work. So I guess it's more dedicated to collectors. It's cool sharing it with other tattoo artists and seeing what other tattoo artists think. But I think when I make posts, usually it's because I'm like, man, I hope someone gets another piece like this. And like this is what I'm doing. I hope someone else does
This is
it.
what I like to do. If you want to do this, contact me.
Right. So here's another one in the book so you can see what I'm doing.
Oh, that's beautiful, Fawn.
Yeah, some of these murals.
It is.
That kind of reminds me. There's
Thank
a Dutch muralist named Rennie Bo. That kind of reminds me of his style, like very vibrant blues and purples and whites and yellows like that.
I'm amazed at the texture and shapes that they can get, and I'm sure this isn't all rattle canned or whatever.
No, they have like 100 different needles. It's like tattooing, man. They got spray caps like out the ass. There's a guy out of Houston I like a lot named Scott Tarbox, and he does some awesome just animal murals, like this fun, just crazy world, like very vibrant colors like that too.
But that's
That
awesome.
zebra,
Oh
that's
yeah.
insane. These butterflies are all dark purple and green. That's insane.
I do like that lime green contrast.
Vaughn, if you hear me, there's supposed to be a bunch of art at Resorts World. They had a bunch of artists go in there and do a bunch of murals inside that place. So
Where is it?
at Resorts World, the casino that's opening up tonight.
We're
big-
going to be there, so I will be sure to grab some videos of the artwork.
That's awesome.
I always love it when
It
there's
is.
dedicated space to allow artists to do this, because it's like, give them time and creativity. It's insane to me what they can.
They know it's not going to be there forever too.
That's the beauty of street art. That's that's the whole point behind it.
I love
Nobody owns it.
the street
Mhm.
wars.
Malleable.
We were talking about
It's just there
gentrifying
to change the
areas and
environment
stuff.
completely.
And there's like a lot of classic gyms in these areas that are getting gentrified now, that are getting covered up. And a lot of these street artists are like, bro, this stuff is our museum. Like these
Right.
are this was done in the 80s, you know, like what are you covering this
Right.
shit up for?
But
And
you
it's-
gotta expect it. You gotta
and I've
expect
seen
it to
like
happen.
I've seen a lot of these new murals get tagged by like the old neighborhood, like fuck you, we don't want you in our neighborhood. They bring a lot of people that aren't local to do these murals, and the people that are there are like, dude, fuck you, you painted all our shit,
Right.
so we're just gonna spray back over it. So a lot of these murals do get destroyed. A lot of these artists know right off the rip, like, this is 20% chance it's gonna get fucked up in the first week, and it's not gonna be here in 2 years.
I didn't
So to
realize
see
that.
them put that much effort,
Yeah.
I respect the shit out of it. But
I
it's
didn't
such a
realize tag wars were still such a big thing.
it's even more dirty now too, because we were talking about the gentrifying areas and stuff, and it's like
Right.
people are angry about you pushing people out of their neighborhoods and stuff. Not even that, you're covering up their artwork, their history, their their soul, and
Right.
they take it seriously. So they fuck up a lot of these like
Huh.
fuck. That was a big issue in the Short North when they first did that like 10, 15 years. And now it's not so. They're all, but like
That's crazy. I
Yeah,
didn't realize
yeah.
It's still such a big thing.
it's
Yeah.
weird too, because it's like some people might look at it as like, that's just graffiti. They look at that like we look at our art too, man. That's
Right.
like,
Well, absolutely.
and it's
Especially
kind of
as someone that has been sought after and said, "Hey, I want you to paint this," and then have somebody come and scribble their name across it, as opposed to recreate art over top of it, it goes both ways.
it does go both ways.
It goes both ways.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Like there's been a few there's like a mural in Denver I wanted to go see. And
That's
it got tagged
crazy.
right away. And it was like, I guess the guy covered up like they covered up like an original mural from like some guy that's like in the Hall of Fame of tag art. And it was a beautiful piece, but the people that own the building paid the new guy to come and
Yeah.
it
Fuck.
got destroyed right away. Like it's just kind of sad.
Yeah.
That had a tag over it that kind of made me mad. It was really nice, and it's got just a name on it. Like honestly, it would make me less mad if somebody came up and added more to it.
Right.
Like,
if you're gonna put art over top of
Do
it,
the art.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird culture. It's nothing I've ever like been involved in, but I've like kind of watched from afar. Like this shit's fucking badass. I don't know, but
Yeah. I've always wanted to do more with street art. I just never stepped into it.
I bet you guys could do some sick murals.
Mhm.
Next time Derb says do a mural
Just
at
need some
Red
spray
Tree,
paint
just ask
cans.
for a spot.
I guarantee me and Fawn could probably bang out a pretty awesome piece. So they just got to give us
Let's get-
someone give us a wall.
We
I'm
got
sure
that one block out there that we should do something with. Leave Core's hummingbird and then do some crazy psychedelic trippy stuff behind it.
Yeah, I think we should definitely do
worst
that.
case, you can paint over it and start again, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and we got the whole behind the studio, but
All that bit
no
Fawn,
one's ever
can
gonna
you
see
point to
that.
that red building?
This one
Yeah, what's there on that corner? No, it just says
Oh.
something.
around the corner.
No, I thought there was a cool painting on the corner there, but it looks like a banner.
Yeah, banner. This one that I was talking about. This utility box was painted. It's got this beautiful mural on it. Let me show you. I didn't realize I was this close to it when I was talking about it. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, very nice.
Murph, look, bam. Why would you?
That could have been the artist just putting his name on there. I don't know.
No.
No.
Nah, that's drip marker.
Like, if somebody came along and added more flowers to it, somehow that wouldn't bother me. But just throwing your name on
See,
it
and
bothered.
that person's head that marked it was probably like, fuck this person putting this shit here on this corner. And then
But look, there's two more boxes that they could have tagged. Like,
it looks like they tagged one of them.
right there.
No, I think it's more of like an anger thing. Like it's like, fuck you. I don't want this shit in my neighborhood. Like, I don't know.
Just some fucking asshole.
Yeah,
Who
people
gets
suck.
mad at art?
A lot of people do, man.
Just put more next to it. This is what you did. Here's mine. Let's challenge. Here's mine. It's better. Now step yours up.
Nah.
But instead it's like,
That's that human nature tribal
People are-
shit.
people
Like,
are
my
territorial.
God is better than your God.
Well,
My
it's the
dad
same-
can
yeah,
beat your dad up.
Yeah,
Right.
My
So this
sports
is
team.
in my fucking town.
My
in my
sports
fucking
team,
town,
that's
Ben.
better than your sports team.
Get
sir.
your fucking mural painting ass.
We don't need no mural
Back to
painting here.
Easttown.
You think you fucking you uppies, you know, like tag that shit.
Y'all painting,
Mutant.
creating, thinking,
Oh, that's badass right there.
You like that?
contemplating.
Ask him how much for that. We'll put that.
That is a manti if I ever seen one.
This thing could go into battle if it wanted to.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it. Grabbing
Isn't it-
zombies left and right.
Yeah, you just put the truck bed down and have it forward and just plow through.
Oh, the beetle painted on the side of it. That's cool.
See, it's behind the fence too. Anti-tag behind the fence.
Mhm.
That's a good call. Oh look, there's like a what's that?
Little garden.
Flames used to come out of that.
What'd you say?
That
Flames?
man, the flames used to come out of it.
It looks like
Yeah.
something
Out of
that would
its
shoot
eyes.
flames.
Yeah, the antennas look like they probably still shoot fire.
Oh yeah, look at those.
Yeah, they're a little crispy.
Could you imagine being the artist, like somebody being like, I just want a giant mantis truck. Can you hook it up for me?
I'd like to meet the guy.
Say no more.
I don't know how cool he would
Say
be.
no
He'd
more.
probably be too weird of a person, but
Yeah.
I've got you.
I got you.
That's a lot of skill involved in keeping the vehicle running and clearance and flames and welding and metalwork and paint.
It'd be so satisfying to make something like that and then just to sit back and watch the flames come out of it when you're all done.
Like just the fabrication involved in projects like that blow my mind.
And the size, you need a whole warehouse.
Yeah, I can't.
I just think if I see stuff like that, I just think of a hillbilly that grew up on a farm. That their parents never bought him any shit, and so they just welded toys for
Instead,
themselves, and now
it's a
they're just
guy that
adults
went
now,
to-
and he made a career out of it.
spent
So,
30 grand on
That's what's
welding
up.
school and then spent 30 grand.
oh,
on-
I've learned a long time ago, man. People will pay.
Yeah.
You know, you put the price tag on it, some asshole's gonna pay for it. Like, dude, I see like pins resell for like $3,000-$4,000. You know, it's a little piece of Chinese metal, but there's a hype behind it. There's only 100 of this one. What's good? You know, let me give you $4,000 for that, dude. It's
I don't know, man.
I mean, to each his own. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
for
We were
sure.
talking about hobbies earlier. It's
Oh,
like,
for sure. I'm just that's not my world. I wouldn't
yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
I'd never drop that kind of money on a pin.
that's what I'm saying. So,
So
I would not be
there are
shocked
people
if
out
some
there-
asshole.
But
said,
It
okay,
"Hey,
shocks
man,
me the
here's
amount
40
that
grand for a
people
giant
pay for
mantis."
things. It definitely shocks me the amount that people pay for some things.
It shocks me that
I think
people
a
don't
lot of
research
it's just like you
simple
can
items.
just you can just put, you know, it's there's either like the name and the reputation of who's making it. There's, you know, whether it being limited edition or, you know, you just put a price tag on it, and as soon as someone buys that thing for $3,000 that you've all of a sudden now it's worth is now $3,000. I would never buy a pin for $3,000. That's fucking stupid.
I've
Like,
sold
that-
a grand.
that's
I've sold pins for $3,000. So
like, that's crazy. That's dope if you're on that end. If
Yeah,
you're on the
like-
if you're on the buying or on the selling end of a
well, it's kind
$3,000
of weird.
pin.
You start like collecting artists you like, and they'll do these limited drops, and then over the next couple of years, these artists get really big in the pin. It's like a hype thing. People want.
Yeah.
They don't even like
I
the
had
art.
no
man.
idea
I
they
don't
go
know.
for $3,000. I thought like
Not all of them.
I
That's
thought
like
a
the
couple
rare
$100
gems, like
was like
the-
a couple
the
$100 was like
LE10.
maxed out.
You know, the LE10 pin. There's some like LE 100 pins that go for like 600, 700.
I
all
love
day.
I love pins.
I kind of.
I'm not knocking it. I mean, get your money out there.
I kind of look at it as liquidated Wook art. Like if I ever need like a $600, I have a bunch of pins that I can be like, oh, I'm gonna sell this guy. I got some cash if I need it. But luckily, that
Sometimes
doesn't
it's
come
like
up. I usually try to save my pennies and
yeah.
plan ahead in case some
That's
shit happens.
nuts.
But
To be fair, I look at my glass collection kind of like that, but I hope I never am in a situation where I have to part with a single piece.
yeah, like I have a
Like-
bunch of paintings too. But I would hate to get rid of any originals or anything. But it's like if something did actually go wrong, it's like, hey man, I got. Is anybody interested in this
Right.
Adam France original here? You know, like,
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't do that. I'd go homeless with that. Be like, hey man, this is me and the bookworm on the street. No,
Buy me and the bookworm a meal. I'll let you pet my bookworm. No, really. It's a
No, really, it's a bookworm.
it's bookworm.
Please buy these
Ah.
paintings from me.
Yeah, it is crazy though. Like I've gotten Royal, for instance, is a glass artist I've collected from, and when I collected from him, he was already a pretty big name. So you know, It was actually my first piece that I paid $1,000 for. It was the first one that was like that $1,000 smoke club.
You probably double
But-
your money for that, right?
I could probably get 3 or 4 for it right now.
Right. Like I bought a bong a couple years ago from a guy. It's just like an old guy I liked, and it was like a collaboration between two guys. And like somebody hit me up, offered me like $2,000 for it, and I was like, I'm looking at this thing differently now. It's like,
Well, he and I started talking about like the artwork I make, and we had like an artist to artist conversation as I was like ordering this piece from him. And he made this really cool dabber that goes with the rig, and now he calls them space keys. So now they're cakes, and they weren't a thing then. So I've got one of the first ones, which, you know, one of the first makes it more special. But I love that.
Nice.
oh, stop at this guy right here. I want to see this. I love the colors. I like the like bright pastels, that vaporwave sort of.
Okay. I like that too.
That stuff always pops to me. Like, ooh, what's up?
Bacard Art Motel.
Okay.
And then somebody tagged it.
I don't think it's open.
No,
I think somebody got shot there.
Investment opportunity.
used to be filled with crack whores.
I feel like I used to skate.
Oh,
Tony
why
Hawk's
is that closed?
Tony
dude?
Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
Cost us to buy this.
Do we all move to Vegas to buy that place? We each have our own room.
Right?
Like,
That looked like a cool little spot.
This is one of the reasons I like downtown Vegas so much. I just like the old. I love the art. You guys know I love like seedier cities too. So this pulls my trigger a little bit more than the.
hey guys, look, tagged.
Yeah.
They're like, get this shit out of my fucking neighborhood, man.
It was
Public parking covered it all.
Right. Fuck this mural.
Oh, that's pretty sick up top, though, man. That looks sick to me.
Yeah.
I don't know, almost like the tagged look more than the.
Right.
Mural.
wait till you see this one at the end. It's
I like
beautiful.
the speed of the tag, like the big pieces like that. To know that those guys popped up there and did that in like 10 minutes. That's what blows my mind. Murals are sweet. Don't get me wrong. I couldn't do that.
I like the mixture of both of them there, man. You got like the new and the old there. That's like. I know they saved a lot of those old train cars in New York, like from the 80s and stuff, because like a lot of those artists ended up being big names. And like these are, so a couple of those ended up like the Smithsonian, like oh, these were tagged by this person here. Like,
Nice.
let's keep this train car.
Hell yeah.
You good, love? Or is that LVV?
You good, Wolf?
Yeah, that guy did that sick geometry and the beautiful colors. And then, hey, yeah.
Right.
you
Finished it.
Good, you good, love?
This is a nice addition.
I like this.
Yeah.
Let's scribble some words on there.
At least they use
40.
different colors.
40, 40, 40, 40, 40.
40.
40.
It's a question mark. He didn't like that when he crossed it out.
40. I like the exclamation mark one.
I love that hill right there. That's sweet.
You see that booty do?
Is that a booty?
Oh,
Is this like a sleeping
yeah,
giantess
yeah.
or something?
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
look.
Oh yeah.
You'd be giant thick. It's kind of hard to see while you're walking, Frank. It's a little bit.
See, we're all
bouncy
reading the
water.
tag art on the bottom.
There we go.
That poor guy's Honda.
Look at him. He's going, what the fuck do I do?
He said, don't look at me.
Yeah, that's exactly the way he looked. Neck all bent. Like, what the fuck is
Do
this
I put
thing?
money in?
Where's the fucking meters?
Can I just leave it here?
Life as a shorty shouldn't be so rough.
Let's shorty.
I don't think anybody tagged that one. I think they're like, that's cool. All right, we'll allow the peanuts in the neighborhood.
Tony Hash owns a lot of those properties down there. Well, he used to.
Who does?
Tony Hash, the guy that owned Zappos.
The
Okay.
shoe place.
He bought a bunch of properties down there before he died, and that, you know, he did a lot of work down there, converting a lot of those places. So, but they're trying to sell them all now, and it's all for cash. So we'll see how that goes.
I see.
I'm broke, but I mean, I got good credit. Let's see what's up. I'll ruin some credit.
I have Wook capital. You know, we can sell some pins. We'll get some cash.
Get that cash in, bro. Get that cash in. I need somebody else with a really good business plan.
Property is probably the best thing you can do. Just even if it's not worth anything right now, you sit on that 10, 15 years, that shit's worth fucking money, dude. Because we keep fucking, we keep growing, you know. Need a
Property's
place.
expensive right now.
Back in the 80s, my mom and
Yeah,
dad.
it's
could've
expensive
bought
to buy right
property
now
out
because if
there
it goes
for
back down,
$10
that
an
means
acre.
you're gonna lose out.
What'd you say, Todd?
It's gonna go back
My
down
mom
because
and
we can
dad,
actually
when they were
afford to
going
live
up to
anywhere right
Vegas in
now.
the 80s,
Unless
they
you
could have bought
establish
property
wealth.
for
And
$10 an acre.
That's nuts.
Yep.
My
$10
dad was
an
talking to me about that the other day because he's talking about he's older, he's worried about death and stuff, and he's talking about when he dies, the government gets a big portion of his wealth, but he wants to pass that on through his will, through federal taxes and stuff. So basically, the federal government's trying to spend or steal 30% of the boomers' wealth when they die, and that money's they're trying to pass that money on to their kids, like the Gen
Blow it
X and the
now.
millennials. So my dad's like talking about trusts. That's what he's trying to do is put all his money in a trust where the government can't tax. So it's basically a smart way to, I don't know. It makes me think about that sort of stuff. Like there's
Right.
all these loopholes that the rich know about to get around this stuff. It's just what
It's
Mhm.
real.
they're gonna
It's
take your
why-
money just for dying. It's like that's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
I'm dead. Leave me alone.
Right.
You're gonna die? Pay me.
Right. It's that money.
All right, I got to do a thing here. Go.
She's playing Frogger.
Did you look both ways?
She did not.
We
I
can
did
name
not
this
see her.
podcast the one time Fawn got hit by a car in Vegas.
Ooh.
You got to
Or-
prove to us by looking to do the camera looking
Turn
both
the
ways.
camera both ways too, Fawn.
Yeah.
Easy.
All right, I'll,
Have some manners.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
We care about your safety, Fawn.
I'll make sure you guys know I'm safe.
And then Fawn gets mugged in the corner. Give me all your money.
At least we got a recording.
She's like, would you like to
Oh,
hit
she's
this?
blunt. We would. We don't have any wraps.
No, these guys up here
I got
chilling
all the materials.
by a little bit ago, so I'm gonna give it to them.
We got it.
Hey y'all, this is Al.
Hey y'all, here's the tiniest little piece of my blunt.
It's really weed though, and a good wrap. Like
No, I'd be happy if I was homeless. Be like, dope, I'm gonna get high.
we're back.
Fawn.
What?
It just said Fawn on the screen.
Oh.
Oh. Did a thing.
I thought you pressed the button. I thought it was a.
Oh. So Ben, you had an interesting morning this morning.
Yeah,
Have a good day.
I don't know if he wants to talk about it. He
We
looks
won't.
upset there when you said that to him, man.
I did.
Well, I guess we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, it's been a fun
What?
day. Craziness, TSR craziness. I'll tell you about it when you're home. On air is not the place for it. Hence, I'm still in my work uniform. Didn't even change.
Still in the work uniform.
That's okay. Live La Vida Loca.
There's
Yeah,
Samantha
we won't go there.
Hey, when are you home, Fawn?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay.
Day.
That's not a very low. Well, that's a good trip.
Yeah.
We-
Wednesday to Wednesday. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
7 days in Vegas. I'm done after that.
One of the shows I came out for got canceled. There was supposed to be a pizza show that got canceled, but there's still another food show. We're gonna go to that one, and then
Fawn came to eat.
I'm with my foodie friends, man.
So I
You
can't.
got-
My brother tells me about a place.
Ooh.
I'd have to figure out what it's called, but it's a Korean barbecue place in Vegas.
888.
Probably. I don't know. I don't live in Vegas. He lives in Vegas, but
I go there all the time, so I know Vegas like the back of my hand.
but
need
you
to
gotta
go
get
to
yourself
Sweet
some
Rock
Korean
Food.
barbecue, Fawn.
What's it called? What's it called, Todd?
What the Korean barbecue's 888, but well, there's so many of them, but 888 pretty good. But she needs to go to Sweet Raku.
Sweet
Okay.
Rock. We already heard
Yes.
about that.
It's the dessert place.
Ooh.
Fucking fantastic.
Fuck with some sweets, right,
What?
Fawn?
Oh, look at this robot, guys!
Wait, it's just an all dessert?
I
Is he
realized
dead?
Yeah, it's just a dessert place.
I'm
what?
just so excited.
Who hurt by this robot? I do not like that.
Aw.
robot.
Man down.
Man down. As a fellow robot, I feel inclined to help him out.
Poor guy.
Fawn, speak some binary. I know you're more of a light being, but tap into your robot and help him out.
I speak in click.
Oh, he got tagged. See, I don't like that. Now I'm angry. Fuck these people. Try to give him some nice art. And
Not
they're
a
gonna tag your
not a
shit.
robot. Robot lives.
Man.
How cool.
This is how the Matrix started, dude. We started treating the robots like shit. All right.
Be nice.
Right.
Be nice to him.
I'm
If
gonna
you're
hook you up as a power source.
train our brain first. That's the next raise.
I was just rubbing in his face that he's not out of wraps. The rest of us are all struggling.
Whatever.
Well,
Tosh is
Got
better
no
than us, man.
raps.
yeah.
Ain't got no soul.
Oh, look at this. Look at this.
I am so pleased with all the art that's sprung up out here. This is so much cooler than it was last time I was down here.
Yeah,
It's
I would
super
never
I
been
feel
in that
like
area.
there's like a person per building out here right now.
District.
Oh, I totally missed a huge mural, guys. How'd that happen? Look at this thing.
I'm gonna blame it on the blunt.
Please. I think it was the robot distracted me. That's what it was.
I mean, it's a robot down. I'm still distressed for him.
Look at this thing.
The now?
There's a lot of similarities between mural art and tattooing. Like the way we just have to let go of things and let them be. You know, we can't keep them. They're not our treasures. We can't, we can't protect them. We can't. They are their own thing. They live their own life.
Be free.
Mm-hmm.
As
Oh,
free
and then
as
there's
the
bees.
wind
Look at that.
blows.
Please.
Look at that little bunny tucked back there.
Aww.
It's like an ice cream cone rooster.
Yeah.
I want some ice cream.
Look at this guy. He's cool. ShayDavis.com.
Tag it.
Yeah, fine. Fine. Real quick.
Not in my neighborhood.
Not in my
Not
neighborhood.
today.
I do not want nice art in here.
Not
There's art UK. Her name is Fawn, and she tags things very similarly to how I sign my own things.
Oh no.
Like, I started distinctly kind of making mine a little bit different than hers. Like, I'll add like little drippies and things to. But she's rad. She's a super rad artist. She also makes a lot of art revolving around the Shawshank Redemption. So I think we could be friends.
We could kick it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
feel
very intrigued what Shawshank Redemption art looks like. Is that like prison
same
prison
here.
chic or
her
Kristen
Instagram
Cheek.
on it's just like scenes from the movie that you'll have to scroll pretty far back on her Instagram page to find them. But there's scenes from the movie that she's tagged kind of like Banksy style all over the UK.
Banksy? That's an artist that I don't know. He knew somebody good. He had a good marketing team there.
I want to build disappearing art. Jordan.
Thank you.
I'm saying most of the stuff he uses are stencils. That it's not like the guy's like this amazing like.
Did he make the stencil?
Yes.
Yeah, he made the stencil, but I'm saying it's not like
I
I don't-
can't make a stencil.
I could make a stencil. You give me some time. I feel like I could do Banksy's art, but I could not ever. I don't know. I feel like there's so
I'll
many
tell
good
you what.
artists out there that don't get the love and respect. And then you got like people like Banksy and that guy doing the pill in Chicago, selling that shit for $1 million, $2 million when most artists are starving. And it's like good for you, but at the same time, fuck you. Like that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, until you make $1 million off painting, and then you're like, yes,
Yeah.
yes, finally.
Yes. I do respect the shredding.
The poor hate the rich until they're
I
rich.
did too.
You guys see this drama llama?
No,
Not that
I
you're
do
poor.
respect the
Not that you're
shredding.
poor.
Oh, is that a
I feel like the guy's like I don't know. I feel like the guy's like connected with the art community where they like hype him up himself.
No, for sure. For sure. I was just joking, but Banksy, I don't know how I feel about Banksy. That
I just
kinda weird.
everybody's like, you like art? You love Banksy, right? That's like the one person that everybody asked me.
right, because everyone
That's like
that's like the only graffiti
and it's like-
artist in like, you know,
and it's
Like,
like,
people's
no,
culture.
not really. I think it's cool. But it's like simple. There's nothing really. Have you seen some of these other people's shit they're doing? Like there's actual. It's putting some serious.
Yeah.
This guy's
Right.
like,
Some insanely detailed artist as opposed to someone who spent, a couple hours making a cutout and then going. And just
yeah,
on the
I
wall
got a
real
cutout
quick.
of a KKK guy.
Right. Red
hanging.
balloon girl.
You know, it's like,
Everyone's
that's
like, oh my
cool,
God.
but like, they're
Banksy,
cutting the
But like
Sorry,
if
Fawn.
I did the same thing, then, if someone else did the same thing, it wouldn't or anything like that.
through creative marketing, Banksy in our generation has become as famous as Da Vinci.
Right.
It's not a thing to think about.
that
Like,
makes me sad though. That makes me
Name an
so
art.
fucking sad
People
for our
say Banksy.
generation of art. Like,
It's like the same way thought of like Andy Warhol. Was he really even making
Yeah,
the art?
because I do think, in my opinion, there's a thing where it's, we talked about like how technically difficult and how beautiful some of these paintings are and stuff, and then we're comparing some of that work to that. I think there is another side where sometimes art doesn't have to be that intensely technically difficult, and just like the fact that like someone put it into existence and somehow some people feel some feelings off that. Kind of made it a phenomenon, and I don't think like it speaks any less for people. I mean, what do we always see, especially with like lots of modern art where people are buying $50,000 paintings of just like splatters on the wall,
Right.
and you're like, what the fuck?
That's the
What
thing.
the fuck? I spent 300 hours on this painting, and I know this person spent
All art is
10 minutes to
subjective.
make this.
it's like you look at a
All
Nick
art
Baxter
is subjective.
painting, like a realism painting.
But
where
that's
the
the
guy
beauty
has-
of art, is that like if someone could say $30,000 for a painting, or you could call it $5, it just depends on if
That's what
someone
we were
bought it for
talking
that or
about
not.
earlier, man. It's like somebody's gonna spend $3,000 on a pin or $40,000 on a praying mantis car.
And as soon as they buy it, its worth is that. You cannot say it's not, because it was bought for that.
Right.
Someone bought it for that. So
Right.
its worth is now that. And now your worth is also that. So if someone bought a painting of mine for like 10 grand, all of a sudden now my paintings are basically like 10 grand paintings,
Right.
at something that's at that same status of painting of what they sold or what I sold.
Oh,
Speaking of 10 grand paintings, I saw your painting yesterday at the Red Tree, Fawn. That thing is coming along so nicely.
oh, it's finished now. The
Oh, you got it finished?
crazy landscape. Yep, I gotta maybe give it another month, and then I'll be ready to varnish it.
It's beautiful.
You're supposed to wait 6 months after after completing an oil painting before you varnish it, if you're an art nerd listening. But sometimes I'll do it a little soon
I
because
bet Banksy didn't know that, bitch.
I work in thin layers. Sometimes I'll rush it and I'll clear them a little bit sooner, but I've never had any issues. So, but always let your oil paintings completely air out. Just because they're touch, they're not cured. There are still gases escaping.
Oh
So-
yeah, when I make
Oh.
models, it takes like 2 weeks
I've
before
done
I can put that.
and
bottom
I've done it
coat
like
on
yeah.
with the oil
Yep.
varnishes, but they look so much more realistic using the oils than
I've done varnish like a month after finishing a painting, and I've had all my whites on my painting, even after a month of them sitting there smear on an oil painting.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
like when literally whites will dry pretty fast, and in like a day, it'll feel dry, but it's like that varnish. I don't know. They can break it down if it's not cured.
Yep, on a microscopic level, that paint will still be traveling.
I gotta.
That was
I
it. I was
gotta.
waiting for more. She was like, it'll
gotta-
be traveling. I'm like, where's it? Where the
It
fuck is it going, Fawn?
It will, right into your glossiness.
Roll.
What is it going?
You,
Where
you
is
had me
this
hooked, and it was
Where's
like,
this paint train going, Fawn? I
I
thought
don't
the paint was going somewhere.
No, but it was like a very like Chris Foss landscape, super colorful. I don't know. I really like your painting, so it was nice.
Nice.
And then I saw yours too. It's coming along very nice.
Thank you.
Death of a cuttlefish. Yeah.
Yeah, that new big one of yours is looking great, Jordan.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I can't
Yeah.
wait to keep working on it. I brought it to Red Tree so I can just kind of have it in my face every day when I'm there.
you want to take a break? Nah. Open project.
Exactly.
You want to smoke? Fuck you, dude.
No.
Open
Shit
project.
to paint. My experience painting is flat colors on walls with rollers. I can run trim with no tape though. Come at me.
Oh shit.
Come at me.
That's a
I'm very
fucking
good
skill.
at taping trim.
Give me
Wow, that's
anxiety.
cool.
Give
It's
me
all-
anxiety
oh,
thinking
that's
about it.
cool.
You want to paint?
Hey, that is a skill, man,
I'll do
and
the
I
whole
appreciate
wall.
you for that.
That's
That's probably better than Banksy can do. All
probably
right.
not.
I bet you Banksy has a guy that does that
Probably
shit
has
for
a
him.
stencil for the wall.
Right. Banksy just stencils everything.
Would it be just
Everything's a
tape it off?
stencil.
Yeah, everything.
So his art is not even in the spray painting part. It's in the cutting part. Like,
And you can see it too. Most of his stencils leak. Like most of his shit's got that drip on there. So it's like he didn't even put the stencil up very good. He's just like some dude that's like
it's just simple. It's just the mysteriousness of it. Like, you know, he
on
just,
Banksy. It's probably half of them weren't even him too. I bet.
right.
Like
Probably multiple people. You never know.
it's almost like anonymous. Like we are Banksy. And we are gonna make money off you idiots. No, I'm sorry.
It's
I'm sorry,
that-
Banksy. I'm
you
being a
remember
hater.
the banana that was taped to the wall at Art Basel?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah, I remember that.
someone taped a banana to a wall and
Banana.
sold it for like what, like 3 million or something like that. It was just
It was
some
insane
super-
amount.
Provocative.
What'd you say, Todd?
It was for an insane amount of money. It was
Yeah, I don't
bullshit.
even know if it was in the millions. It was either 100,000s or
Thousand something like that. I think.
Yeah,
Provocative.
What a
I hope
fucking
the guy
idiot.
ate the banana too.
someone just it sold, and then the guy took some random person just took it off the wall and ate it
Okay, good.
after it sold.
Good.
After
That's
it's
I
fuck
don't
you
know.
money,
I
dude.
don't know how that worked out like that, but I know that was the case.
oops.
Yeah.
Don't buy edible art, man.
I don't know if it was the guy who bought
I
it
mean,
who
like,
did it.
bananas are good and high in potassium, bro. I've eaten
Oh,
a
shit.
banana a day.
Wall banana.
That's where I get most of my carbs and sugar.
Fonz
Bananas. dude.
officially made a full
Don't
circle.
tape a banana to a wall and expect me
Yeah,
to not
I-
eat it.
Like a cool, like clover shape, actually.
Hey, are you dying of heat stroke yet?
No, I drank
The
that ice.
fairest person I know.
I'll just light up
Yeah,
another.
but that was from McDonald's, and that had 10 cups of sugar in it, and that should have dehydrated you and
It
made you
was-
die faster.
I couldn't even finish it.
What's the temps there?
Shoes
Uh,
melting yet?
It's 87.
Oh, she's golden.
That's not bad. That's a solid desert 60.
Sorry, Fawn. We'll leave you alone.
no, good. We're
That's
good.
that's freezing.
Yeah,
in
it's only
Vegas.
gonna get 94 there today. It's like chilly for Vegas.
Right.
Kills me about Vegas is I'm cool in the heat. I'm comfortable.
Oh, I am too.
But then when I walk in somewhere with air conditioning, I need like 4 layers of sweatpants, 16 hoodies, and a scarf.
Yeah, I don't like being cold either.
I need a box of Kleenex.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't like
it's
extremes.
flip-flop
I don't like
between
either.
like the outside heat that's fine, and then I'm just freezing anytime we go anywhere to have a meal.
That's why you bring a sweatshirt at night.
Aw.
Or a towel.
I'd prefer to be hot than cold, though. 'cause,
Me
like,
too.
Hot, you're just like, you know what? I can just sit here. Cold, you're like, I'm shivering and my bones hurt.
It hurts.
So we've learned
It's to
some
the point
things
where it
about Ben
hurts.
today. Ben prefers dry heat.
Yep.
He prefers to be hot. I prefer to be cold because I can put more layers on and I'll be fine.
No.
And I prefer humidity because I won't
see,
die.
I subscribe to both
thirst.
sides. Like, I guess I equally don't like either. Because like
Equal.
I like
I
being able to
prefer-
like being able to put on more layers and covering up to get warm if I'm cold. But I can stand the heat pretty well.
So
But I
you're
don't
saying
like mugginess.
71.
71.
No,
Oh, a
71 is like the
71.
nicest weather you can get.
71 is
dude.
perfect. Like that is like
That's what we said.
See, that's why
floating.
I'm convinced we're aliens because we like flat surfaces and a cool 71. We've decided
flat
just-
surfaces.
It's perfect.
It's perfect temperature for all of us.
Where do you
Even
get the flat surfaces from?
most humans like flat surface. If you look at all of our stuff, our roads are flat, our buildings are flat, our walls are flat. You know, that's an alien thing, dude. If you look at Earth, man, there is nothing flat on this planet. That's all man-made. The flat.
You do-
so-
Unless you've been to Texas.
I never thought about it like that.
This is a great point, Adam. I need to ponder this one a little more.
we
mean-
we have created a
I
lot
totally
of flatness.
agree. Yeah.
We need flat. All right, that's like a.
You
I would
sure
love to
it's just not
subscribe to us being
modern
a
thing?
genetic mutation of maybe something extraterrestrial. Because guess what, y'all? We definitely can say it. There's UFOs in the motherfucking sky.
So those are the
Oh, it's going-
Atlanteans
yeah.
Is it all the way in? It
Yeah.
looks like there's
from
a-
the future and the past that are just watching us and making sure we're all right.
Yeah. Aliens.
They're just us.
Or
though. They're
time
not.
travel.
They're
Aliens
not,
or time travelers.
They're
I-
time traveler and us evolved to a different.
But they ain't from this planet.
No,
And
they're
if-
not of our
and
level. They're
If
just
they're
evolved.
from here, that's dope as fuck. That would be so dope.
I think they're from here, from the future.
Ben's looking at me like I'm crazy.
No, Ben.
I'm just waiting for you both to stop chattering.
Oh.
Hey,
Ben, let's
you're
hear it.
pinging off each other. I can't say anything. You're like,
Hey, we
shit's real.
I don't know if it's real. I like to subscribe to the idea that it's real, but it's the most logical one to me, besides the simulation theory. But
I can't. Okay.
Place theory will get you scratching your head like,
All I'm gonna say.
All I care about, the main thing, is that there's just something in the skies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
the
yeah.
battleships
What the
picked
fuck
up
are they?
something on their sensor and it moved.
No, all the proof's there.
Yeah.
All the proof's there.
Well, it's not
a
really
fucking,
proof, but it's on.
it's proof of its existence. It's proof of an existence of something that's not ours.
right.
You know, it's not proof that there's aliens.
It could
it's
be the
proof that
Chinese,
there's
though.
something flying around very fast.
Those Chinese have really good drones, of course. No, I'm just fucking around.
80,000 feet to sea level in 1 second. 1 second. You can't fall that fast. You can't fall that fast. Not even a jet that we have could make you fall, plus just launching straight down 80,000 feet.
It had to be like a
Body
drone or
can't
some
put up
sort.
with the stress of that.
Nope.
I'm not saying it's a body.
I think
you
it'd
think
be
they're
like an
sending-
alien drone, I think.
Yeah, it would be a drone at this point because you think
But also, if they can move that fast, you'd think they got some sort of like field around. I don't, total speculation, but there's something in there that's like allowing
let's hear
that
it, Ben.
craft
You're
to
dying.
go without
I
it.
see your face. I want to hear
exploding.
Ben talk on this.
Yes, sorry.
I was just waiting.
Bean.
Go ahead.
Oh no, we want to hear you.
Me. Oh, see, my only thing is we can't see the end of space. We're here. It's ignorant to think that we are that special,
Yeah.
right?
But
On a base level. On a base level. So now that there is recorded military evidence, I think all we're doing is just biding our time until finally someone's like, okay, all right, y'all figured it out. Here's the grand scheme. What we've been doing this whole time.
Wouldn't that be crazy though? But just to
So-
even get any sort of back and forth from that, to even be able to just like solidly put our feet down and say there's other civilizations
so
and they're actually visiting us.
Well,
my thing is the vastness of space. Like we send out these probes, whatnot. Even one of those getting seen, the odds are astronomically like it. So
Pretty tiny.
it's hard to think that another. I'm not saying that they're not great civilizations out there like Rick and Morty and such, but I'm saying I think that it's so vast to actually find a neighbor would be hard. So I think that the aliens that are here are us, invested in us, because they don't contact us. You know, it's not like they've come in and be like, "All right, bitches, you're our slaves. Get to work. We need 40,000 of you a year for this." You know, so I'm thinking it's more like a study from us from the past, almost echoes, or maybe vice versa.
From the future.
Yeah, and they're kind of just because the way we are evolving, we're evolving fast. The humans are
I could
like the way-
subscribe, but you really think we're going to create time travel and be able to do
If
that?
we don't blow each other up, you know.
Don't you think time travel would kind of be
So look at
equivalent? Like if we
technology in the
could
last
time
80
travel,
years, man.
you'd
Look
think
at-
we could travel
Look
across
at
the
what
universe.
kids. So you have a child born right now. Your child's just born right now. Your child probably close to has a pad with her most times or a cell phone. Okay, well most kids do.
I understand your point though. Yes.
So most kids are going to grow up with that knowledge automatically with them. It's going to change the way our DNA works. It's going to change our structure. Over time, we're going to evolve to the point where we don't think about survival. All the robots are going to do our survival for us. We're just going to be this cognitive functioning thing. And I think we're going to evolve to a state of, if we don't kill each other, you know,
Yeah.
of evolution. And I think that's what we're seeing as an echo of ourselves from the future, kind of looking back like these fuckers, because it's always over like a military industrial complex. It's always over a nuclear power plant. It's never like, hey man, we're at the fair. What's up, dude? You know, and it's
think that's-
rare shit that we're even picking this stuff up on our scanner. They're saying that the fact, like the one we're talking about, Nimitz, the one that we're talking about where they dropped.
You
They're
think
saying-
humans are coming from the future and zipping around all weird
but
like
are
that?
they even humans at that point though?
Yeah, that would make them aliens.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's like it would be like us compared to like a Babano. Like we're close, but it's like it's so you know.
yeah, but do you really think the aliens are just gonna drop
I
out
don't
of the
think that
sky and
aliens would
say,
just
"Here
come
we
to
are"?
Earth and just
or
fucking
they're
be like,
gonna
oh, these guys are
actually
cool. We're insane. Sorry.
Contact our government and try to do first contact slowly.
No, I don't think they would contact our government. What is our government?
I think it would be. I
That's
think
a
it would be
very American
slowly.
way of thinking of things, man. There's a lot of governments on this planet, dude. It's
Yeah.
not just the U.S. government,
But
dude.
there's still
No, but again, an advanced race would look at who's advanced on the planet. It could be us. It could be China.
Yeah.
See, that's
They're
a
gonna
very American.
I think
you
they're going to
know,
understand our infrastructure. I think they're going to very, very well understand our infrastructure to what it is to its fullest degree, and they're going to know
Yeah.
just who they want to talk to if they wanted to do all that. I don't think they're probably just waiting for us to acknowledge that that is even a thing in the sky. Because who the fuck's acknowledging it? Maybe people on the ground going, oh, there's stuff in the sky, but like, who is attempting anything at actually doing something with these things? You know, we got Navy pilots who are now like talking about it like it's a okay thing to even talk about, and now they're going after them and chasing them. But the biggest thing that they talk about is that they interact with them, that they mimic their movements, they do like the same things that they're doing. And so I don't know. I'm not against the time theory whole thing like that.
No,
but
that's just my thing is if an alien race is actually going to come here and they take one look at us, we're fucked, dude. They're gonna wipe us out, man.
Extremely. I mean, that's extremely, you know, a personal opinion on what they would do. It's completely relative.
I'm thinking of a world. I'm thinking of a species that are able to travel to stars, dude. We would be insects.
Well, yeah.
You know, we would be.
So they would watch us.
I'm thinking
are we
if
trying
it
to
is,
talk to
they
ants?
would have some sort of investment in us. You know, that's where my head can wrap around is like they would have to be invested in some way for us them to peacefully be watching us. If not, they would just take our resources because this planet is full of fucking natural resources. Or we are just seeing the probes.
You said we're aliens because things are flat, though. So, like, wouldn't that mean maybe they want to pay attention to us and see what we're doing?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We could be a seeded army here. We could be here just harvesting, waiting to grow to a point where they're like, all right, guys, we're fighting the Gorbex, dude. Get ready. You're holding Sector 8. You're part of the Human Alliance, dude. We've been fighting, you know, almost like Star Wars. Like the humans are always the bad guys in Star Wars, been fighting all the alien races. It was a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. We're just a seeded human ready to, I don't know, fucking drugs, guys. It's fun.
Drugs.
But no, we're probably all a simulation.
I mean, I think that if there has been connections and there has been this deep-rooted hide the aliens theories from way back in the 30s and 1800s, and there's cemeteries of aliens that crashed in like way early in American history. And we're not the only ones. There's all kinds of ancient stories from China and all these. I mean, most religions start with something coming from the sky. I'm being super vague because I don't want to get into that. But like, so I think there might have had this entire time contact and this understanding of what they're here to do and have been doing for years and years and years and years. Just like you said, the Earth is full of natural resources. Why do we hold gold as valuable? Why do we?
Well, there's theories about that. As we used to collect gold for alien races, and they would use the gold to protect their
galactic currency.
I heard that somewhere. I probably like Joe Rogan podcast one day or something like that.
Earth rich in gold, so they came here to harvest gold.
It was the Sumerians, our old first culture. Actually, the Sumerians.
There's a hidden lake of gold in Samaria where they used to put themselves in gold dust and then jump in to appease the gods once a year, and the gods would come from the sky and collect the gold that they would. This is like ancient text that's been written. So I think somehow along the way, they figured a way to ingrain themselves to be the driving force behind what our evolution is and be the.
They're training us to be a military force, dude.
You know, just something in the sky to always look at.
Or a workforce. You got to think here. We have this natural drive to feel the need.
We are already ready to be a workforce. If they wanted to put us to work, they could already do that.
Look at us in comparison to a sloth. We get up in the day, we feel the need to accomplish something for the day. As a person, it's ingrained in us when we're kids.
Have you met my cousin Terry? No, I'm just kidding. No.
There's always exceptions to the rules, but the majority of us feel the need to create, build, be busy, collect an income to pay for things. Like it's built into how we're raised. Like so. So you're subscribing to my theory that these motherfuckers got an investment in us a long time ago.
Of course, a long time ago. Time is perspective, man.
What'd you say, Fauna? I hear you in the background.
I said absolutely. I think we're all agreeing and subscribing to your theories. Like we all just have our own little like facets of the same theory.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. None of this is fact. This is all speculation.
Hey, I hold this truer than Christians hold their Bible. All right, so.
Guys, what if they're just using us for our water?
There's a unified theory.
There's plenty of water in space, Vaughn.
I think.
Oh, that was Lauren. Lauren's jumping alien talk this time, guys. Look at that.
Sorry, guys, I'm just listening in. I can understand what everyone's saying, and like, geez, Todd, like that's a good example of recognizing the potential for them to be so advanced as to seek out the most advanced as well.
Right. Man, I just want to know what the technology is.
See, I don't think the Americans are the most advanced humans on the
What's the
planet, though.
technology? Well, I mean,
That would be like the Swiss,
Not
right?
necessarily the
You know?
Americans, but it is.
Or the Germans, or
My thing is, it's like, so as a whole culture, though, we all have branches of people we look up to, and if all those deep-seated branches of government all subscribe to the same alien
gold standard. And
yeah, like we're all doing the same thing. We're all building little mini businesses overseas and stuff. Like each country is its own wealth and power and money, and like it's why. No.
There's an old episode of the Twilight Zone where they're at the UN and they're almost about to have World War III. It's like from the 60s, and they're all fighting like they're the US versus the Soviets. And then the aliens come, and they're like, "What is we seeded you people a long time ago, and you have failed on what we wanted you to do." He said, "We will destroy you in 24 hours unless you can figure it out." And so the UN comes together, bring peace to Israel and the Middle East, and they end the Cold War, and everybody said they signed the peace accord. And the aliens come back, and they come in. They're like, "All right, have you done what we've asked you to do?" And they're like, "Yes, we have world peace." And he's like, "No, we seeded you to be warriors. You were supposed to destroy your weak and be ready to fight." And they said, "Now we will destroy you all." And they blow everybody up, and that's the end of the episode and stuff. So it's like, I think they might have had that figured out a long time ago.
Right.
So.
I mean, it's the same as like we've got all these lost civilizations. What happened if they were like, "Whoa, guys, blood sacrifice was not that"? What are you? Not too violent.
Yeah, what are you guys
Start
doing?
over.
Delete.
Maybe they're mad with the blood sacrifices, dude.
End task.
There might not be enough blood sacrifices.
Well, I mean,
the
I'm
iron
just-
from our blood might be a natural resources that these ain't. No, I don't like to
You never
subscribe
know.
to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like to go too far on what I just have no proof on. I like to theorize a lot of things.
Well,
But like
there's gotta be a motive behind
my
things, and that's
my main
thing.
concern is just those fucking little flying things in the sky.
Drones.
We're echoing.
Are we?
I don't know how to fix it.
I don't hear an echo at all.
It's just
He was doing some with it in his closet before.
We could turn down your headphones though.
Sorry, guys, I brought us on the sidetrack of the aliens there.
No, that was actually me. And I will always sidetrack us into it.
aliens.
He does.
I just want to know what people think they are. I just want to know what people think the technology is. I don't even care about the old theories of like what the ancient aliens when they were here. I'm sure they were here forever. Like the fact that there's things in the sky now, it's like, oh shit, if that's not one of our governments, well, that kind of talks about how they've always kind of been up there. And then you think about ancient civilizations that are just watching weird shit in the sky like that. Like what's an angel? Like maybe the angels were these weird things that came out of the sky.
So like 2 months ago, 3 months ago,
But like
I saw
there's
that
technology.
space net that Elon Musk is doing. Satellite dishes. They're all trying to give everybody internet.
Starlink.
The Starlight, I saw it and I was like, we're getting invaded by aliens and shit. Like, I freaked out. And then I was like, no, it's Starlink. And I was like, well, Elon Musk is our god now. So it's what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm for Starlink because there's tons of people who got internet now that never had internet.
Oh, yeah,
Tons-
for sure.
tons
I
of
like-
super rural areas.
I
Tons of
like
people-
billionaires like Elon
You
Musk
can be in
and
the middle of
Jeff Bezos because they're at least doing something with their money. Most of the billionaires that are billionaires are just hedge fund cocksuckers that hoard their wealth and keep it. At least these guys are like, hey, man, we're going to have like teleportation devices, dude. It's going to be sick, man. We're going to get,
Might as well launch shit into space. We've got the budget.
you know,
So
like,
we need someone who's got like the energy or like the will to do things like that with their money.
yeah.
Even
So
if
that's
they're
the
not-
difference between Bezos and Musk than
I'll
like
tell you
your
what, you
Warren
give me
Buffett.
the
And
money and we'll do cool shit with it. Okay. I'll be the one in charge of doing cool shit with money. You guys get the money.
isn't
want
the one
money?
guy trying to go to space
want
now
money?
too?
Is that a deal?
You got money.
I'm talking jabillions.
I'm talking jabillions, man.
I want to launch rockets and shit. Like, that's not-
Dude, I heard like Bill Gates was trying to like block out the sun there for a little while too. And then he lost with his divorce, he lost his budget to do it or something like that.
scary.
He was trying, we were talking about that Sumerian things with the gold. That was the whole thing is the Sumerians were putting gold particles in the sky for the aliens so the aliens could be safe on our planet according to these ancient texts. And Bill Gates kind of wanted to do the same thing before he got a divorce. So it's almost like maybe Bill Gates is working for these alien motherfuckers here. I don't
Never know.
I hear that. There's a lot of theories about Bill Gates, and they're all
If he's
funny.
working for the aliens, I'm all for him. Like anyone who's working for the aliens, I'm for. I
just
will
wanted to look-
leave the human race and I will join up with the alien civilizations. And
Take me, I'm done.
I have more hope for them
I don't
because they
know.
have better
I'm kind of on
technology
Team
than we
Human,
do.
but
I'm checking out.
As soon as you can see the humans objectively, you're probably hanging out with the aliens. You're looking down. And you go, "Oh my fucking god, we really are still
Look,
doing all that
look,
shit."
look at him, look at him.
Right.
It's me and
You
them.
could never go.
Williams Jordan.
Straight up like they are the darkness.
You know, we got like lab
welcome
rats,
to the darkness.
What?
The camera. But you know, we have lab rats and stuff, and we do experiments on things and blah 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 blah. What if we're just like field mice to them? And they're like, hey, they'll take care of the cows. The cows are also a big part of what we need to figure out what. I don't know why they always fuck with cows. That's what they do.
No, I think that's just a niche from the 80s or some shit.
Nah, man.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of
That's-
reports of like
that's-
real.
Those are
real mutilations and
farmers
like stuff.
fucking cows and then shooting them in the head.
Hey, don't talk about farmers that way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it. That's what it's going on with farmers.
My granddad is a farmer.
I'm not saying your granddad fucked a
I'm
fucking.
just- I'm just kidding.
But
I'm
if, you're,
just
if you
kidding,
had a
but
cow
also-
go missing on
also
your,
you can't discredit a bunch of people who have real reports and like serious farmers who like. I mean, there are a lot of reports of some really weird things.
most of that's like kids blowing them up with
albeit a
dynamite
lot
and-
of it's not real, but trust me, there's a lot of it. That's
I do
legit.
believe some is real, but I don't believe they're fucking with farmers, dude. Like I
It's
don't
not
know.
farmers they're fucking with. It's just genetics. They're just taking genetics from things.
All right,
taking
well,
what
now
they
we're going
need
down
from
the X-Files path where the aliens are evil.
Right.
It might not be
Well, I'm
evil.
just saying it's a possibility
I
because
don't
there's a
know
lot
why
of people who
there's a
have said these
good
things.
Evil implication. Like, how
Do they have our best interest in heart?
Have you ever met an alien?
Yes, I bet you, Ben.
you need
You're
to have some-
Do you
amazing.
see my point?
I see a
Like,
cow being the easiest thing to get any sort of genetic
we don't know
information
what
from.
genetic
What the fuck do they
information
need from a
is.
cow, dude? Are they making like some Diablo 2 cow army?
knows?
Like,
I mean, think about how. Imagine if we went to another planet and we seen an animal.
What like our
What would we
our
want to do?
so
we
is
would
this like
want-
some Star
we'd
Trek
want something.
scientific study?
like,
Could be.
They just want to start a McDonald's on their new plant on their planet. That's all.
It might be called McDowell's.
Yeah,
Nice. Just
Fair
traveling
enough.
here for Earth
They
food
must
and then
gas.
back home.
yeah.
No, that goes back to me thinking that they're from the future, and they might be like, these fucking cows. What do we do to like genetically alter these cows? Shit, to like,
Is out there,
not
out
destroy
there
our
mutilating
planet.
them.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna subscribe to that.
less methane.
Less methane in the cows.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just
I just want to believe, man.
I'm willing to find out.
I don't know either.
There's so many theories, and the thing is, it's like until you talk to someone that's talked to someone from outer space.
That's what I'm holding out for, man.
All I know is when
This is
Donald
all
Trump
just
said, "Hey
theories.
guys, I'm gonna start a space force," I was like, "Oh shit, there's an alien armada out there," and they told Donald Trump about it. And shit.
I'm building ships with rockets.
All right,
We got a space
we got
force.
a weaponized space.
I mean, sign me up.
Yeah,
You're
I
telling
would.
me as an average Joe now I can enlist into the Space Force.
Yeah, right.
Fucking A, I'm fat and old.
Right, I got
Shoot
nothing
me up
against the
there.
Space
Let's see what's
Force.
going on. I'll be like, "Hi,
What I
guys."
do have against the Space Force would be the putting weapons in space, but
We're fighting aliens. They
everyone else
told
is gonna
Donald
be
Trump that
everyone
there's
else is going to be
so
doing it.
they told Donald Trump that all these things that we're seeing are probes from an armada that's heading our way. It's been coming here for 1,000 years, and we fought off a few of our ancients fought off a few of the pre-ships, but they're coming to destroy us, and we got to get ready for it.
I'm a big fan of the world's overpopulated. Bring it. Let's wipe some of these lessers out. I'll hide in like the what's the terracotta underground city, and
It's the first to get hit with a rocket, space rocket.
I'll hide. It's cool.
Have you ever seen that Adam France painting where he's got the spaceships coming in, dropping the bombs? It's just gonna be like that, man. It's gonna be. I don't know.
I'm in for it.
Yeah,
I'm in
I'm
for
ready
it.
for it. I just want to learn. I just want to learn.
Sick of guessing. That's all. There's a lot of theories. A lot of people talk. No one knows.
Yeah,
No one knows.
right. All I care about is the physical proof, which is just videos of them in the sky.
I think if the way that information has
Something.
been muffled and suppressed, and I mean, like, you got to think we're just now uncovering files, even from what the 60s and 50s and stuff like that have been.
I think you're underestimating
Redacted
how much
and-
information that one human can actually grasp and how much actual information's out there.
I agree with that. 100%.
The collectiveness of human consciousness. That's why we've survived as a species, is because I can only hold a gigabyte of knowledge and you can only hold a gigabyte of knowledge. But if we share our 2 gigabytes of knowledge together, then.
But that's also the same reason you don't flood mass population with information that's going to cause hysteria, such as your slave relation that's been ruled by alien overlords.
Well, man, welcome to capitalism.
Especially
It's
with-
fine, man.
No, I agree.
Like,
I 100% agree. It's the same idea, and that's why we're pacified and entertained, just so we don't see the big picture. And I think if we can do that as a country on a political and a scale on that side, what's to say this mass cover up hasn't been happening since the invention of being able to talk to each other?
Yeah, the invention of don't look at these weird things in the sky because they take away from the idea of our religion being what it is.
Right.
the
Because
rise of
if you're
Christianity.
questioning- If you're questioning what these things are, that makes you question what the fuck else is going on up there that I just do not
Hey,
understand.
real
the
Jesus
rise
can
of
be.
Christianity,
They're
guys.
just angels flying around all wimbly bim.
Dude, they went and destroyed all the libraries. They went and destroyed all of our knowledge. They went and fucking killed all the scientists and the astrologers because
Honestly,
it was
you-
all fucking sacrilege, dude. I
It
kind of blame Christianity for where we're at.
Maybe
As
the
far
aliens
as,
came down and went, like,
you know,
"Psst, hey Christians,
I think it's
kill a
it's
bunch of
people.
and
It's not
hide us."
the
No,
idea-
no, for
it's
real,
not
like-
the idea of Christianity. It's just people's need for control and wanting to turn Christianity into almost like a governmental control.
But
But-
the schools in Greece during the rise of Christianity, they were working on steam engines, and that would have brought steam power to the world 2,000 years before we got it. Like,
What if the aliens were like, "You're not ready for steam yet"?
I don't know. I think
wish we
that
were
was just
living in
us being
Steamland, man.
stupid and destroying our own potential. Like, think about it. If we were, I don't know, it wouldn't be the
If we
same
had
planet, but
a steam world,
It's the
steam
same- it's
civilization
the same idea as thinking that
instead
like,
of electricity.
Ancient Egypt still had running electricity, and ancient Egypt was a highly advanced civilization that we still are barely understanding.
Yeah, they
how
had
it worked
batteries.
and
well, I
things
know
like that.
Alexander the Great was obsessed with knowledge, and he brought it all that. Like any ship that came through Alexandria, they searched it to see if there was a new book in there. And if it was a new book, they would confiscate it, copy the book, and give the book back to the person. So he was obsessed with any knowledge coming in, and we lost all of it. So we don't know what the fuck happened in the ancient world. I would like, if I wanted to time travel, I would time travel to Alexandria, the Library of Alexandria, and be like, hey, can I just live out my days here, dude? Somebody's teach me some Greek, you know, like, because that's where our knowledge is. That's where our ancients knew how to build buildings. They knew how to build pyramids. They had that shit figured out. We were just like, it must have been aliens because we can't do that the exact same way. But they were impressive motherfucking people, and I just
Like, that
generally
would-
believe our ancestors were amazing, dude.
No, for sure, for sure.
Right.
I just think I think they're there, but I don't. It's harder to believe that, for sure. I would think I'm more with you that I think that, but I think that we did those crazy feats because there was things in the sky and we were doing some way to try to just like get that attention. Like, what would you do if you seen things in the sky? You'd do huge things to try to get their attention, like the Nazca lines when you got all the big drawings of the animals and things in the giant, huge desert. I don't know. Seems like something you would do to try to show something in the sky. But if you never had a helicopter, you never seen a plane, you've never been in a plane before, you've never seen a bird's eye view of anything in your life, how could you ever imagine what that would look like from above?
I'd call it a chariot of fire.
Fire
Like,
chariots,
I think they could do it. I think, of course, they did it without alien intervention. I just think of why they did it. You know, why?
That's Helios on his chariot rising the sun there.
And then there's the Indian version of the thundercloud, or excuse me, because I don't know, and I'm ignorant on the issue, but like most religions start with something coming from the sky.
Right.
Most
But
religions actually started
but
from a
here-
great flood.
But here, let's listen.
At one point or another. Yeah.
So, like, if UAPs, UFOs are in the sky right now, do you think they were happening back then? Do you think it's just a special thing that's happening now? Or do you
I think it
this
more so
is
they were probably
something
been
that
able to
would-
see it more back then because there was no light pollution.
Would you ignore
night was a
fact that
lot
it's happening, or
scarier
do you
back
think
then.
it-
Are you my heart attack grill? Fun?
Did Fawn get mugged?
Yep, she is.
No.
The other side.
I'll back it up.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, heart attack grill right there.
Hear you
Oh,
now.
they offered. My dad talks about that place. He was the wait. That time he was in Vegas and stuff. So, but he didn't go in there. He's like, I didn't need to.
It's
I don't know,
so
he's
good.
250 now, so
Right?
he
You
was
gotta
that
go-
400-pound mark. Like, hard to pack grill.
What do you say, Fawn?
If you're out here, you got to go there at least once, like just to experience it. I'm not saying you've got to gorge yourself and get like the quadruple bypass or whatever they call it, but like get a burger and fries. I'm not even challenging you to eat all of it, but it's really good. Like
Fawn, I really need you to do some Korean barbecue for me, though.
Korean barbecue.
Just so I can vicariously eat it through you, because I hear great things about the Korean barbecue, and
Taste it. Fawn.
So-
taste it for me.
Either tonight or tomorrow night, we're going to do a food tour where we'll go around to several different places. So I'm kind of excited about that. But I'm out here with a barbecue guy. So the expectations are high if we do any style of barbecue. But
Is it funny? Every time I see Ben, I think the guy makes barbecue for a living. I don't know.
No.
he looks like he would.
You look like a barbecue guy, dude. I don't know. Like,
I cooked professionally for years and years and years and never got into barbecue. Like never. That's like the one thing I was like.
I would take a look at you on the street and be like,
Fuck,
this
it's
guy's got a
nice.
smoker in his backyard. And this guy ignores his kids for 12 hours
I
to
do
get some
own a
meat.
smoker, but it's an electronic feed puck.
Like one of those Traegers.
I don't know what the name of it is. I just know the heat.
It's,
Now I got a pit boss.
Mine just feeds these little pucks in.
yeah, I think you got a
Put food in, I
Traeger, dude.
Walk away. It's got a little door on it.
Do you just have a smart, like you can do it through your app on their phone?
No,
Yeah,
it's
me
not-
too.
It's not that cool. It's not
Yeah,
that
I
cool.
want one of those, but I would rather just use coals,
I just
fire.
walk out and poke the food.
No, you know, I used to do that my whole life. That's how I barbecued was with coals and that. But the precision of temperature control you get with the fucking pellet grill can't be matched.
So I grew up with propane because I thought Hank Hill was
Dude.
right with propane and propane accessories, and I was brainwashed by King of the Hill. You know, I'll tell you what.
get brainwashed.
And
Why?
I'll tell you what. And then I tried, coals and mesquite, and I'm not going back after that, dude.
See, I worked at a mesquite fire grill restaurant.
Oh, you probably don't want to touch it then because you've been around.
Years.
You've been in that smoke. I don't add too much. I just add a couple pieces of wood chip on top of my coals before I put that steak on
I
there.
ran the Mexican side of the Tex-Mex restaurant, so I didn't have to physically deal with that myself. But that place smelled like a campfire all the time. It was kind of nice. Walk in, and air.
Smells like
It was a lot of fun.
campfire.
Yeah. But yeah, I barbecue
Thank you,
lazy
sir.
now if I'm forced to do it. I just put the stuff in and walk away.
See, I'm that asshole that I barbecue when there's 2 feet of snow because it's like I prefer my meat and vegetables on the grill with the coals.
See, I use a skillet for everything.
I love my cast iron skillet, but nothing beats them.
Everything.
You guys are making me hungry. God damn it. No.
That's the sad part about running this through lunch. By the time, but every time this ends, I'm like, I'm starving.
Yep, it's food time. Even if we eat breakfast, it's like
Yeah.
still by the time it's over.
And then Fawn's talking about all the deliciousness in Vegas.
Fawn, what episode is this?
Well, there's tons of deliciousness out in Vegas.
Fawn, you're muted if you're talking.
43.
43?
I was
Yeah.
guessing.
Insane. Oh, so we need to get Mr. Tony back on. He came up to me yesterday and he wanted to come back on the show.
Good. Tony's got a
Yep.
fantastic once he starts talking about it. He's
I
right
can't
up.
wait. He sounded so excited. It's like, yes, Tony. It's exactly what we want.
I like Tony. Yep.
I love Tony.
He's always really nice when I come in there. I lost my phone yesterday. But I lost it because I was showing him my tattoo. I set it down next to his bench. I left and came back. I was like, dude, I don't know where my phone's at.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
me every
Tony's
day.
funny.
If I don't lose something once a day, it's like I didn't have a full day. You know what I mean? Like if I don't leave something somewhere or freak out because my wallet's not where
That's
I thought
fair.
it was, or
See,
it's once a day.
I'm usually really good about it. They usually have a spot, and if it's not in that spot, then I know there's an issue.
I
But
even carry a bag, right? Look, everything I have is out and spread out, right? Bag over there by itself. I'm gonna forget something before I leave.
no, you're fine. You're fine.
No,
We'll
I'm
help
just
you
saying,
out,
like,
dude.
that's my. That's
See, I had a buddy that was like that. It was always like at shows or festivals, and he would like leave his phone in the Uber driver
Yep.
or like drop. So I always joke that he needs to get phone keys, wallet tattooed on like his
check your
phone keys,
Right.
wallet, wherever you.
Checklist.
Yeah, I used to have like a little jingle that I would sing when I'd leave my house. It was like phone, gum, keys, wallet, phone, gum, keys, wallet.
But it was always like
My phone,
really
wallet, key.
inconvenient.
Yeah,
Lost.
Yeah, I love
It was
that.
like he left it. We were smoking a joint after like a concert once on a bench in front of a Hooters. And we were like hanging out with the people, and we passed up. And he left his phone on that once. He left like his wallet and an Uber driver, and his
Yeah.
phone died.
Yeah.
Or the guys that ordered the Uber's phone died, and he was passed out. So it was like, dude, I don't know how we're gonna. So it was always a thing with this guy. So I was
Yeah.
like, one night I was like, get that tattooed on you, and I don't know.
That's me.
He moved to Chicago, so I don't know how he's doing with that, but
I left my back. when
Hopefully
cabs
he's
were a
keeping
thing.
his phone, wallet, and keys on.
Back when cabs.
In
were
the
a thing.
Chicago, are you gonna go, Spawn? Is that the one dude
No,
going to?
think I'm going to be able to make it work, but I wish I could. We just did the Indianapolis, well, I guess the Indie Tattoo Expo just outside of Indianapolis over the weekend.
how was that font?
Excellent. I won all kinds of awards for the rad work that other people did on me.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got to bring everything in and maybe like just ask Jules if she'll mail it out for me.
She's got your back.
I feel horrible because I even called and told Kevin, I was like, hey man, I got a trophy for you, dude. I'm gonna swing by and drop it off. He's like, yeah, come by on Friday, and then like work. And then I never did, and they're still sitting in my I need to make sure that happens.
I was kind of sad. I hit Derb up.
Don't
I was
be-
like, hey man, I heard you were doing the convention. I was like, if you decide to tattoo, man, like let me know. I'll be happy to be the guy. And then he's like, yeah, that sounds great. I'll hit you up if I decide that. Then I saw he was doing a tattoo. I was like, ah, I suck. Whatever. It's
Well, here's what happened. He was supposed to work on another one of his big projects all day, and then he canceled either the night before or the morning of, and we were already out there.
See, I wouldn't have done that, Derb. Derb's not listening. It's cool.
You never know.
He might be. You never know. But that the little Star Wars one that he did, the Darth Vader skull,
Dogs.
that's another fellow tattooer. So he just
I saw it. I'm sure he was busy the whole day. He didn't want to start on my project and stuff, but it's like, I don't know.
Starting a new
I'm
Well,
excited.
shows hard too.
Derb was judging all weekend. So
That's what I'm saying. I assumed he just didn't want to deal with me during the weekend,
Yeah.
but I get jealous. I get jealous now when I see him tattoo other people. It's like, yo, fuck that person, tattoo me. You know, it's like,
You're my artist.
yeah.
You're not
But
allowed
I'm
to
just
have
gonna
other
sit there
clients.
patiently until he says it's
Oh,
time
yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
You know,
that's fair.
these are the jealousies of the collector, not the artist. You know.
No, it was a super good show. I won the surreal category for my leg sleeve or my leg piece, my Russ and Tofi leg piece. My back took best full color, took second place. So Jay Grimmy, he took first for his back piece. I took second for my back piece, and then I took third for my chest. So Ty got 2 awards in one category. So that was good for Ty. What else?
Honestly, if you go to a show and you don't win, I would be like, it's bullshit. What's going on here?
Artist subjective.
So
At least on the back piece, like,
Artist subjective. Artist subjective.
yeah,
artist
somebody's got a
subjective.
Banksy tattoo. That's the best piece I've
It's,
seen.
it's all on
this is
who-
the best. So in the all-around female category, there was this. I wish I would have had a chance to talk to her because I would have loved to have gotten her information. But she had a lot of beautiful color work, and she was just covered from head to toe. Like it literally from. I don't think her neck was done, but like from her collarbones all the way down, and it was just beautiful flowing color work. She took first.
Did you beat her up in the parking lot?
And then there was a tie for second and third between me, Cervena, and another girl. And to be fair, Cervena and the other girl really had a lot more skin coverage than I did. So they were, I mean, technically,
But
More cup-
you have some quality
Yeah,
ass pieces there.
I
yeah.
lost.
But like no
To a guy
feelings
with 3
hurt
tattoos.
whatsoever. These 2 girls had like their necks done.
You won best overall though, right? See, you should have
And
got best
third.
overall. I thought. I don't know. You had the just most coverage
Coverage
there.
doesn't count.
That should
Quality-
because
it's
you
quality
have that
work.
you have that.
The guy that won third literally had 3 tattoos.
All right.
Do you know what I mean? So it's the overall quality of the collection. It's not overall.
See, I did not
coverage.
like that guy. I hope he's not listening, but that guy was kind of hurt my feelings.
It's not always. Again, it's subjective.
Right. But the guy could at
his
least.
overall collection is better than my overall collection. It doesn't matter how much of a collection I have. If you like
for
the
instance,
style of what else somebody else has, it's just it's all subjective. It's art.
Subjectively to me, you have better.
I agree.
forgot
What
the award. One of the categories was Art Deco / geometric, and like if we're just talking about the definition of those two words,
That's your
my
back.
hands down
Back.
because it's Art Deco and like the epitome of geometric. So like just by definition of the category, my work took that one hands down. And like when I saw the category, I was like, I have to enter this one because it's Art Deco, and, like
it's got my name.
geometric. So but I think, let's see, who was, I can't remember the name of the third judge because I'm a stoner, but it was Derb, and then St. Mark was one of the other judges. And then the third judge was a phenomenal black and gray artist. I just can't for the life of me think of his name. But if you go to the Indie Tattoo Expo page, you'll see pictures of him up there. And they're tagged and everything. But the judges were very good. They were very fair.
Well, no, that was just the one that we went to. The guy, like, I don't care if you don't like Pokemon or not, but the guy was like scoffed at me. It was like, Pokemon, cool. I was like, you want to look at my tattoo at all? You know, he's like, nah, next. It's like, well, fuck you, man. I paid to be on an episode of Ink Masters here. You know, this is not cool, man. It's kind of a bummer, but whatever, man.
Oh, hey, I'm still podcasting. What's up? Look, I ran into my friends.
Hi, friends.
They pushed you away like that?
So she's muted or
No,
something.
you.
Yeah, the guy did.
I'll be out here
Real
though,
dick
folks.
to me,
The
dude.
judge?
Yeah, it really hurt my feelings and shit. It was like I didn't really want to enter either because I knew I didn't have as good tattoos as these guys and stuff. But it was like,
Art is subjective.
I'm glad you entered.
But to be a dick.
The more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it.
yeah, the guy's like Pokemon, and like I was like, you want to look at it? It was literally looked at it for 2 seconds. He scoffed and pushed me off. Like he didn't even look. It was just like, yeah, but the best Pokemon tattoo, man. Like go fuck yourself. Like
Right, this is fucking a Derb Morrison piece.
I don't know.
Like,
Maybe
You
he
can't
knew.
name drop
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
if you only knew.
Yeah.
But that's the thing again. That dude's not into Pokemon, so he wasn't interested in looking at Pokemon art. If you would have got an artist that was like, "Holy fuck, Pokemon! That's amazing!"
Yeah, and I did get some compliments through the day. A couple guys like,
the judgment's annoying though, because if you probably would have not even said Pokemon and just said a Japanese piece, probably would have looked at it and been like, "Oh, that's awesome, cool."
well, it's kind of fun. He said Pokemon,
Yeah.
but it was kind of funny. It was the same judge for because Fawn told me to enter like a big color and a Japanese. And so it's like the same judge for both. It was like
those two same judges did everything except for the back pieces in the final. They added 2 more, so it was like pretty much the same people all day.
Yeah, so it was kind of just like a bum. It's like, oh man, I paid this guy to like not be stoked on my shit that I'm stoked on. And those people are stoked on. But I like seeing people like Derb there. Even if I'm sure, even if he doesn't like the tattoo, he's gonna be like, yo, this is at least make the person feel good about it,
Right.
and not like this fucking asshole stuck with this tattoo for the rest of his life. What a loser. But that was just my gripe.
Well, while I was up on stage, a lot of times I had my camera out. And next time, I'm just going to bombard the stage during competitions and get as much footage as I can to air live. But anyways, while Jay Remy was up there being judged for sleeve, best tattoo sleeve, Derb was like, this is excellent, but we're going to have to deduct points for your other sleeve.
Who did his other sleeve?
Got to take some away for that one.
You gotta start somewhere, man. Everybody's collection doesn't start at the top, you know. Like,
Yeah. Well, we talk with Jay so much. We already know he's going to get that whole other arm lasered off, and it's going to be a magnificent eye
What does he
sleeve.
have on his
So,
other arm?
It's bio. It's just like mediocre bio. It's not even really that much of a train wreck. It's just compared to Ty's work, it doesn't hold up.
Well, that's
No.
nice.
I was like,
feels like that, you know.
Fawn, go inside somewhere.
that's actually like solid mediocre bio. It's loud everywhere. There's loud music playing. I could go back up to our hotel room, but we're more than
This
halfway.
is not OnlyFans, Fawn. I mean,
Huh?
No. I'm joking.
you're starting to get crispy, and you know I get concerned.
He's worried about you. He loves you.
I just,
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good.
all right.
You do have another blunt for
Yeah, I'm actually
this-
kind of
it.
She'll be all right. Smoke another one.
as
More jelly over here.
Yep.
Dab time.
we speak.
I wish you could have called me. I could have brought some. I'm sorry.
You could brought some to me.
I didn't even
Well,
think about it.
Both of us were like assuming the other person had shells, which we do often, and I thought I had some, or I would have stopped and got some, because I even threw it out. Should I make stops? And we were both like, nah, good.
See, we were talking about having like nice glass. I still smoke out of a 2-liter. I still do gravity bongs and stuff. Like, I don't know. You know, my cousin, you know, it was just gravity
Get it
bongs.
done.
man. You
Pretty
get
much
it.
only smoke blunts. It's hard for me to smoke out of glass.
So I don't
know
do
why.
enough.
There's-
I don't do enough
I don't
nicotine.
understand why, but like it tastes worse for me out of glass.
See, I
than
don't
it
do
does
enough
for,
nicotine. So every time I
just, like,
smoke a
out of
blunt, I get like a weird. I get that nicotine buzz. It fucks with
Get that
me.
little head rush.
Yeah, it's like a weird like stomach head rush almost.
Oh,
That
I
I
don't like my brain. Like consciously, I don't like nicotine, but I think I have like the nicotine.
You're
addiction
addicted
with
to it if you only
Yes.
smoke blunts. You know.
I only want to smoke blunts, and joints ain't gonna cut it. Dabs
Yeah,
hardly cut
They
it.
have larger joint papers.
I'm a joint smoker unless I'm in a group. Then I understand. Wrap that big bitch up. Let's get this party started.
Yeah, definitely a group like this with
I got
blunt
it.
Now,
makes
if you're gonna
total
take the
sense.
time
to
to
me.
roll a
3
giant
Gs a blunt.
cone, I'm in for that too.
So my one buddy kind of ruined blunts for me. It was usually with a blunt, you're with a group of people, pass it around. And it was a New Year's. We always go to New Year's shows, like concerts. And once it's like you can't pass it to anybody. The people around us are all high too, because we're passing it off to all the people around us, and they're like, no, no, no. And I remember like getting to the end, I'm tripping balls too, because it's a Bass Nectar show. I'll say his name, fuck him. But I was like, I fucking started hating the blunt at the end of this. Like, this is a
Right.
fucking nightmare, dude. Like, what is this thing,
See,
dude?
I
Like,
love a nice personal blunt. Roll it nice and tight.
Well, I
pack
was
it
already
nice and
very-
full, and
I was
just
already
sit-
very good mentally.
I do
you know?
love a personal blunt. I
Just
do.
get
But if
that
you
nice
also don't smoke a
slow
lot of blunts,
burn.
a blunt can get you very high, and it also got a lot of nicotine in it. So
Like I said, I'm not used to that nicotine
The
rush
nicotine-
either.
I
See, I smoke a
I
tobacco
hate
pipe,
the
so
feeling of the nicotine buzz.
doesn't
To be
even-
honest, I don't like it.
You look
One of
like-
my clients got me
I want to see you with like a big corn cob pipe now. Like,
Yeah, it's
I want an oil. I want to commission one of you two guys to do an oil painting of Ben here with like
smoking a pipe.
smoking a pipe with like his dog and like a chair in front of him, like a winter chair, and him standing behind the winter chair with the dog
If
in the
I
front.
can do it with my shirt off and my finger in my belly button, I will.
Maybe, dude, if they're willing to they're willing to paint in your tattoos, because that's gonna be difficult.
I think they can do it however they want.
Are you familiar with Sean Barber?
I'm not, but I'm down to
You
get familiar with
look
good
at-
artists.
He's an oil painter, and he basically specializes in painting tattooed people. But he'll
Okay.
paint the whole figure nude without tattoos. I mean, clothed, but he'll paint the naked human form, and then he comes back in after the fact with a whole different palette, and then he puts the tattoos in, and then he glazes them so they blend, and it's really cool. I got to see.
You know what?
He
Take
spoke
that,
at one of
Banksy.
the charity gatherings that I was at, and it was really cool because I always wondered how he achieved some of the things that he achieves with his tattoos and his paintings, and it was cool to hear him like break it down, and it was like, oh, well, that makes perfect sense. You just paint the arm, and then you add the tattoos.
Right?
Duh.
Just like a tattooer would.
This is
Yeah.
normal.
I would like a painting of me with different tattoos.
What
And-
sort of tattoos?
I
Like
don't know.
Japanese bodysuit?
I just want like a series of me with different tattoos. Like, this is what you could have done, bro. You fucked up.
I think you should do one of you in just a traditional Japanese
Some
bodysuit.
nice false end
like,
to have for the rest of your life on your wall.
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Like the Yakuza style bodysuit for Ben.
right.
Make him look like a Japanese gangster.
I mean, most of my stuff is backed with wind bars and waves.
So who was that Japanese guy that used to collect Yakuza skins? Like there's a museum you can go to in Japan and
Yeah.
actually go see
Yeah.
the skins are all preserved.
He-
It kind
he
of
did-
makes you think, like if you have a badass bodysuit, like do I want to
don't know.
preserve that when I die? Like who would
Yeah.
keep my suit? No, no.
Light my shit on
They told
fire.
my family not to turn me into a lamp. So
oh, you don't want to be like the Auschwitz.
I was like, do not tan
There
my
was a
head.
lady at Auschwitz that would collect
Shit out.
anybody that came in with a nice tattoo. She'd be like, I want that.
Well, I think I would mind that.
Yeah. I don't know.
The issue is you'd have to find somebody that would want your skin. Like,
There is a
that's
company
kinda
that does
weird.
that.
Yeah, there's it's a thing. Like it's a
Yep.
thing. You can definitely do it.
Yeah, that's
No.
real.
Hard out.
No.
Just to think
I
that
don't think
like
I would.
a piece of me to be lingering. When I'm done, I want to be done.
I definitely want to be cremated. I want a Viking funeral.
I don't
but,
want to be
like,
coming back looking for my tattoos in a spirit form. Like, who's got my shit? And now I'm angry and
Where's my
curmudgeoned
skin?
because
that's
I can't
sick, dude. You could be in a horror
leave this
movie,
world
man.
because I feel attached to the things that were mine. Like,
I feel like you nail on the head, Ben. I would feel curmudgeoned if somebody did something that to my body. Like, don't mutilate me, burn me or bury me, but don't mutilate me.
it's not. Well, it's all in how you look at it. Like Todd
What-
said, if you're looking at it as keep my art alive and preserve it and run it, that's awesome as well. But for me personally, I feel like that's me. I want.
That's
Yeah.
mine.
I see both sides of the coin, but I like.
You're on the right side. It's fine. It's definitely a
I don't
morbid,
know if
weird
it's the
thing.
right thing. Anybody, I mean,
And we were talking about that. I was thinking about that the other day. When we get cremated, do we burn a different color now because all the ink in the skin, or
we like the magic logs. We start the fire there.
we sparkle at all? Or is there some cool? Because I
Sparkle
do
and
want a
crackle.
Viking funeral.
See my lymph nodes explode.
And at this point, you can't burn the body out in public. You can be cremated and then do like a burning of the boat, but you can't like. It's bullshit because I've looked into this. I don't know.
I have been invested.
I have looked into this, but yeah, I don't understand why you can
Hindu, yeah, then you can.
say what.
Be a Hindu, and then you can.
There you go. Religious
I
right.
could
Go get burnt in the Ganges.
I don't feel like I should disrespect the Hindus like that, though. I want to be just upfront about this. Like, I'm a pagan and I want to be burned, dude. Like,
Sorry, Hindu people. I just.
He's like, nah, burn me at the stake because I deserve it.
I don't know, man. Like, it's pagan me, yo.
It's the
That's-
one thing we all think we can control. And might not be able to.
It's bullshit. No.
'Cause it's post.
My dad's asked for that too when he's died, and he's like, you can cremate me and then get a boat and then burn the boat. Like, I was like, I got you, pops, but
No,
I got him. That's what he wants. That's what
I'm assuming all that's taken care of because I've never once had that conversation with my
Ooh,
7-year-old.
you should, because you shouldn't leave that on your 7-year-old. You should not leave probate court to your 7-year-old. You should have a will. You should have all that shit covered as a papa, dude. Like,
No, 70. Let's talk about my dad.
oh, well, I'm talking about your kid.
No,
Like,
she's 3. She got one more.
I'm sure your dad has that covered.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like I'm assuming he's got all that covered because I'm the youngest. I'm not taking care of none of that.
Your older brother probably has it.
There's somebody else in the line that'll handle it.
I don't know. That's
I
such
don't
a
know why this got real dark real fast, but
Hey man, that's one part of life. It's death, and I embrace it, dude. I enjoy that. Makes me enjoy life that much more. You know.
back to the skin preservation though. I mean, I understand like the art behind it, but who would you want to have your skin, Todd?
Well, you know, they you could put it in a museum.
I agree with you. Is that your line of thought though, or would you want to like keep?
I don't know.
Todd wants to be enjoyed by everybody for a long time. I appreciate that.
No, that's really cool to me to think about like a permanent display of you. What that's just
Be like, this dude
That's
spent a lot of
actually
hours under the needle here. Like
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah.
huh.
And how
Would
much
you-
skin do you have left to do, Todd?
Not much.
Would you prefer a cutout or a stuffed mannequin?
Oh, cut out. Fuck that mannequin shit.
Lay it flat,
Yeah.
stretch you out like a rattlesnake skin.
Like they do into Japan. That's what
Yeah,
they do. They
yeah.
lay you out flat.
Well, that was a guy got people from prison, right?
Yeah, the museum's still there too. It's pretty badass. Like,
All right, I got a reason to go to Japan now.
well, I've always had a reason.
I mean, they've been
so
doing
that
it
was-
as-
we
for
talked
as
about it last
long
time.
as
I want to
they've
go for a
been
month.
that-
I think that's gonna be my thing. I'm not gonna go to any festivals or shows, or I think I'm just gonna save up to go to Japan for like 2 weeks or a month because I want to spend some time in the country and see like the shrines and the mountains and
Right.
the forests. They're all just old and ancient and beautiful. And then I want
Right.
to spend a couple weeks in Tokyo, and just have fun and it's like see the culture and the lights and the you know.
I want
So
to buy
nice.
something crazy from a vending machine just one time in my life. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they got like, here's a pickled alligator, or here's a car, Or you bought a Rolex from the vending machine. I want to do that because they got all kinds of crazy like vending machines out there.
I hear most of the food comes from a vending machine too.
I'm
Like,
pumped on that as well. I don't have to talk to somebody and I get to eat. Yeah.
that's for foreigners too, like you. Like, you'd be like, what the fuck is this again? Like,
I didn't have to say nothing. Yeah, that'd be me.
my issue is I don't actually know anybody in Japan, and I feel like it would kind of suck.
We just have to take an artist trip together.
I'm down.
I don't art, Fawn. What are you talking about, artist trip?
We can act like we're artists, dude. I make models. I'm a professional model maker.
Yeah, I don't.
I feel like you got to quit saying things like act like you're an artist and just quit being and just start saying I'm an artist. I make these things.
You make houses.
No,
All right, pretty.
I pay people. To make houses pretty. I'm a professional middleman. I'm in sales.
So you're what's wrong with America. No, I'm just
No,
talking.
absolutely. Give me my cut. You want to pay people to do dumb jobs? Give me that dumb job. Pay me the money. I'm in. But yeah, it's not quite that simple.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to attack you like that.
Never. I'm not the guy to be offended by you. But I'll take that easy middle ground because it's still coordinating. It's still a skill. Like it's not a.
Trust me, I respect sales, dude. I did sales for a long time. So
we're in a very specialized market as well. So it's a lot of information, but regardless.
see, that's one of those things, is laziness right there. I'm glad I picked that up from my dad. It's like, you don't just call the first place and be like, yo, you call 10 places and you bid them against each other. Like, I just did that with tires. I got a new car and I needed new tires. The person never changed the tires on the car. So it's
right.
like, you call 5 play, the people that are really like, hey, come on in, we'll give you a consultation. They have the worst prices right off the rip. You know, it's like they're trying to sell, you know.
They know.
They know. They know.
You're in the buying market. They want your money.
Yeah.
See, I'm in insurance restoration.
Well, that's a
So
little bit easier. They already got the in case shit, you know.
it's more of qualifying damage, and if you have certain criteria of damage to process through your insurance company.
God, how much do you hate that?
I love it.
Okay.
Sorry,
I didn't mean to.
blast. So essentially, our skills are in qualifying.
I guess you're a
damage.
little bit of a nihilist. I feel like that would bum me out. Be like, this family, I've lived here for 40 years and we lost it all with the storm. I'm
No,
like,
it's more of I've got 10 blown off shingles on my roof.
said, what's your claim policy, sir?
No one's hurt. No, like I did my first fire just the other day. It was just a little baby one. But
So
like,
I don't
it's
mean
not
to
stuff
jinx
we
you.
do.
Okay, you're gonna go into work tomorrow and it's gonna be fucked up.
No.
Like,
But yeah, it's not as simple as it makes it sound.
Well,
become an artist, dude.
Yeah, I would love to. I've tried. I was a tattoo
I
apprentice.
do. I've tried. So I have like so many
just become an artist.
notebooks full of just like the
Yeah.
shittiest
Everyone's
doodles.
just like, just become an artist.
I have like,
Right.
that's why I pay a lot of money for art and a lot of money for I wish I
awesome,
respect
yeah.
it so much because I've tried so hard myself to do it and I
Yeah.
cannot do it. And
Yeah,
shit.
my
It's like,
job was to learn how to draw at one point. Like that's what a tattoo apprentice is. They're like, hey, you suck at drawing. This is what you need to be able to do this as a job. And you draw and you draw and you draw and you draw and you draw. That was literally like, hey, draw this rose 500 times today. Come in tomorrow with this rose and be able to draw it. And that I still couldn't do it. Like I get the concept, but like it's
an interest.
pen to paper is
I
definitely
think
it's a-
any skill is an invested interest, and I think if you don't feel the interest in wanting to learn super hardcore, then you're not going to spend the time practicing that it takes.
there is a
because
natural talent too, though.
yeah.
there is a natural talent, but there's also that natural talent can't be found unless you learn certain techniques.
You're still enhancing that talent. I love that it takes years and years and years to hone your skill because then everyone's not doing it and there is value in what you do. It's the same with you don't pay the plumber for the 20 minutes to take him to change the pipe
You
because
pay him because he's got that specialized wrench.
no, you pay him because
No.
it took him 20 years to learn how to do it in a half an hour.
It's mostly
If
specialized
you-
tools,
If
sadly.
you did that in your time and all that, you'd end up spending way more labor, way more time. So it's one of those like you're not paying them for the time spent. You're paying them for the knowledge that they have. It's the same as an artist.
Mhm.
You're not paying them for the time it took them to do the tattoo. You're paying them for the time it took them to learn to be able to do that tattoo.
Yeah, exactly.
The-
And
the
that's
time
why
it took to
we
own
charge
that
what we
art.
charge, is because it
It's-
takes.
You're not paying for chair
Long time
time.
to
You're paying
learn.
for the time to develop to that chair time. So it's like
Yeah, same with any trade. I mean,
Right.
it's
Mhm.
there's certain instances where it can become, maybe a specialized tool, but I think, in a lot of trades, it's this person spent a long time doing it. The longer they've been doing it, the more they know, the more their experience is going to be more valuable than say others.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone and bought specialized tools and still fucked it up, and now I'm out the scratch the tool, the fucked up job, and then have to call somebody.
But I can tell you
Trust
what,
me.
Do you
no
know what
matter
I
how
mean?
much
Trust me,
I
I try to
no
do my
matter how much
bathtub
I
by
learn, I'm
myself.
still going to get those specialized tools that make my life easier, though.
Yeah.
That's for sure. No matter how good I
That's
am,
what the
because
rental sections for.
I'm not still going to use the same piece of shit just for the fucking just because of my pride or something like
Right.
that. Like I'm going to use the newest technology and the newest things to get the job fucking done right.
It's just it's crazy that
But I would only hope that with others, skilled technicians
See, I know,
of any
there's just
trade.
not a lot of real skilled labor out there anymore, and it's weird to think that the mindset has shifted from people that can do stuff with their hands not being I don't want to say not a value, but like the mindset has heavily shifted to a white collar labor mentality where people want to get paid to plug numbers and stare at a screen as opposed to do things with their hands. And it's a weird spot for me.
I don't know. I think it's a mix.
It's always going to be a mix because
It's just back in the day, all the jobs were manual
Right,
labor.
right,
Now they're
absolutely.
not.
Now they're not. No,
So,
it's different to see the
when I was a kid, I didn't have a
Mindset.
cell phone. I was
Yeah.
told to fuck off on the cell phone until, I didn't get a cell phone until I was like 20.
Right.
Now I see babies walking around with a cell. That's a different cognitive function. They have knowledge at their fingertips. They have
right.
40 devices in one.
Yeah, my wife.
That's only gonna
types
change our evolution.
25 words a minute flawlessly, and I can't type my name in less than 3.
They made us do typing
mean,
classes in school.
I took typing.
I'm
classes.
all right, but I'm not the best.
I've had a
I'm
keyboard
never
my
making it
entire
as a
life.
secretary.
Yeah, I don't fuck around. I'm
Yep.
Hey,
Just like you said, you invest your learning interest into things that excite you. So like, it's not that drawing doesn't excite you, but eventually you're like, well, what else could I be doing instead of this? So it's like if you are, that's how anybody has any skill. Like you have to.
no, like I said, I got notebooks full of like me trying to draw bio, and it's like me just drawing like point. It's like, God damn it, fucking, or just trying to just draw a simple.
right. Before I ever did anything that looked good at all, I drew so many shitty ass drawings. I look back at the first drawings I had, and I thought they were good when I did them and stuff. And I'm just like, it fucking sucked for so long, until finally, even with tattooing, it took me years to even like start honing my skills in
Right.
the way I thought like I could even do art I was doing before like that. And it's just
See, that's kind of why I'm weird about tattoo
people
artists.
that get
I'm
quicker,
like,
but
I don't really want to see anybody that hasn't been doing it for a few years.
yeah, no, if anyone like I would,
Which
it'd
is
be
messed
really
up
hard for me
too.
to get tattooed by somebody who's only been doing it for like 1 to like up to 3 years, because like
Which is
I,
messed up, as
the
those
things I
persons can never
learned at
become a
my
legend.
5-year mark were wild. You know what I mean? Like, or like, oh shit, okay, I can be doing it like that, and shouldn't have been doing it like that. You know what I mean?
We should do. We should have.
I mean, shit,
an
I'm still
art
learning
show.
stuff like that.
There are
You're
exceptions.
learning stuff until you die, man. Like, keep learning.
Ben, what are you
Yeah,
saying?
there are exceptions though. There are those people that start tattooing and it's just so natural to them. We got somebody walking by.
Mama, you I'm fucked up to have your pussy out of my
He angry.
Fawn, you all right?
He angry. She's like, I'm just gonna hit this blunt so they know I'm cool.
Yep.
Fawn's from Detroit. She's got this.
No, I think we should have an
I
art
live
show
here.
of. What did you say, Fawn? Sorry, I'm cutting you
I
off.
said I'm not from Detroit. I lived in Detroit for a year. I can't claim that I'm not that hard. I'm just hard
Oh,
enough
I'm
to.
sorry, I didn't mean to mess with your street cred at all.
I gotta keep it straight and honest. I
Gotta be real.
don't want to give the wrong impression.
Real.
No, but I was saying before that guy walked by, there are exceptions. We do want to be tattooed by experts. We want to be tattooed by like the best at what they do. But every now and then there are artists who come along who are just like, they were so destined to do what they do that it just happens instantly. There's a girl named Leah Luton, and I believe she's from Texas, and she is like super fresh out of her apprenticeship, and she is a fantastic tattooer. She tattoos like crystals and gemstones and
She's from Mexico City. She does like the pink.
you know what I'm talking about? She
Yeah,
is fantastic. But
Tony
she's
showed me her actually. We were talking about Tony earlier.
an amazing watercolor artist already. So to already understand all of that and then pick up a tattoo machine, and it must have just felt so natural to her because she's doing in the skin, what she's doing with a paintbrush. And for some people, that's really hard to translate and connect the two. But for some people, it just happens. Like it's what they were supposed to do. And like, so I guess I'm just saying there are exceptions. There are, in like Austin Yancey that we talk about all the time. He's been a guest on the show. He's only been tattooing like, I think 5 years. Like he's good. And he's winning like big awards. I mean, there are the freaks of nature.
There are exceptions.
Yeah. Like sometimes when you see somebody like that, you need to get tattooed by them in their first couple of years because you're not going to be able to later on. Like they're going to be taking on such big exclusive pieces that like you're not going to be able to. Like, and now or never with some artists.
Right. Or if you do later, they're only going to be that much better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
that
true.
Too. They always just get better with age. So it's like you wait and you might have to wait a while, but it's like, oh shit, even though I'm waiting, they're probably getting better every month.
Right.
Like every time they tattoo, they're probably becoming better because that's just their nature, especially people that are going to have that gift off the bat. Like shit, every month they're a new artist.
So I think we should have an art show that is a challenge to tattooers to bring their first portfolio. Their first ever put together snapshots and Polaroids slugged into the old binders and set up the old portfolios.
That would be a really funny day. First day portfolio day.
Yep.
What would be the incentive for them to come though?
So have
First,
check out all these artists who
yeah, but I feel like you got to be like
tattoos.
The best artist will get. I don't know.
It's more.
This is America. Somebody got to be
It'd be more for the It'd be more for the novelty, not like let's make a 10,000. Let's make money off this.
Put
Let's just
their
have a
then
day.
and now albums next to each other, and then put how many years they've been tattooing. There's something along those lines. I just like looking at early collections. I remember when I was shop manager, I found someone's first.
Should set that up at Hell City.
Underneath a stack of magazines in the back room one day, and tripped out looking through it because it was great. Like it was amazing to see beginnings. You know what I mean? So like, how that?
Yeah, I don't know. Mine are either in the trash or they're hidden in the depths.
Ash.
I don't know if
Jordan. I still have all of my early tattoos.
Do you really? I made so many back when I was young. I'd make a new one like every couple months, and they'd just be full of shitty ass pictures of fucking shitty taken pictures, like shitty tattoos.
Can I get a Popeye tattoo?
I thought they were so good too when I first started tattooing. I had no idea. I never once seen it. I didn't know what tattooing was when I first started tattooing. So like I'm fucking doing like Jesus hands, and I'm like, fuck yeah. Well, I had nothing against Jesus hands, but I mean, if you've seen my Jesus hands too, they were like thick lined bold tribal Jesus hands like type of thing, you know what I mean? Like I pulled that shit off of Google. Like I didn't like and I was like, this is a good tattoo. I'm gonna show this off to people.
That's that street shop.
First year
tattoo what comes in the door.
I was 18 years old.
You're like, you want to do this, Rose?
And like I said, you gotta start somewhere, and I kind of feel bad that I wouldn't even like look. And I was talking to Blake the other. He was like shocked. I was like, man, you're fucking gold. You've been doing this for how long, man? Like, don't. He was almost like down on himself, dude. And it was like, I don't know. I guess you just gotta have your own self confidence and do you.
When we get used to what we do and we do it for so long, like I can relate to that. Definitely, you know, we get used to it. You know, sometimes we beat ourselves up.
Sorry.
I feel like artists definitely are, I think, prone to just that behavior in general too. Right. But I feel like that's what drives us to make better and cooler art. We get like we plateau for a little while, and we're like, okay, well now I'm getting bored with the art and things that I'm doing, and sometimes that's the drive to be like, no, okay, well there's this new thing. Now I'm gonna learn something new, and you start doing something else. And
well, he was telling me his big issue is he likes to do American traditional colorful tattoos, but just like original ideas and such. But he says like he'll do a tattoo, like a black and gray tattoo, and then the next 10 people will want the same, basically the same tattoo or the variation of the same tattoo in black and gray. He's like, well, if you guys looked at my work, like I do color tattoos, like you know.
That's how marketing goes.
Right. And it's like you got kids to feed, you're gonna take that money, you know, and it's just I don't know. I kind of felt bad a little bit. It was like, no, because he was like kind of
if he didn't want to do it, he would have said
no, he was more like, well, you got tattoos from Adam and Derb. I'm surprised you wanted tattoos from me. I was like, well, you're surprised, man. You're dope. Like,
Right.
Fucking
Yeah,
kill.
I
Like
mean,
I want an
people are taken
American.
back by such
I
a
want
different-
American traditional tattoo,
Right.
and I want this done that way, and you did it for me. Like, what do you like? You killed it, man. Fucking.
Yeah.
And like I said, when I'm a badass looking motherfucker and I take my shirt off and somebody sees that, they're gonna be like, right now they're just gonna see skin because I got all that excess skin. But you know, a year down the line, they're gonna be like, fuck, dude, I'm not fucking with that guy. Like,
Right. I love that you love it. That's
Right.
what matters.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of collecting tattoos is getting shit you like.
All right, I just got to put it out there. We're getting at 1:55. We got like 5 minutes left before we got to start wrapping up here.
these guys are busy today, so there's no 4 hours talking about aliens. We
Yeah.
apologize.
Unfortunately.
Fawn's gonna die if we leave her in the sun any longer.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Dog right now.
Your cheeks are so red.
I'm sunblocked. I don't know what you want.
Man, SPF
I don't know what
nothing.
you want.
Girl, we got to get you a big farmer hat or a pashmina.
I'm just
100,
spin the
Nah.
side for me.
but sunblock, kids.
Maybe a cold compress on your face. Here a
See,
little
I
bit.
don't like sunblock at all. I won't go near
No.
it.
Air conditioning and freeze to death next. So
Right. Don't put yourself into heat shock like I did in Arizona.
Well, Todd, you got any last words? Anything to bring up?
Mm.
Things coming up you're doing? Any conventions? What's your next convention?
Mine?
Yeah, you going
Chicago.
Chicago? What's that?
Wow, why can't I hear you?
You can't hear? Can you hear now?
No.
Can you hear now? There we go.
Yeah.
My microphone's being funny. Dang. Yeah. So you're going to Chicago? When's that?
The
keeping up.
16th to the 18th of July.
Okay. Nice. Heck yeah. Well,
look, this
So-
is what I did last night before I crashed out.
I want some ice cream.
Ice cream.
Sorry, I just happened to be right here.
gelato.
Gives you some ice cream. Fawn. Gives
Now I
you
want
some-
ice cream.
It's a nice day for ice cream.
I'd get down with some gelato.
Mhm.
All right, well, let's get to wrapping this thing up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's been an awesome show. We've talked about a lot of things. We need to
Yeah,
talk
I
about
think
time
so.
travel a little more. We need to rabbit holes more while we're talking about aliens. But yeah. What do we got going on next week?
I'm not sure. Do we have anyone on? Have we scheduled something fun?
Nope, we don't have anything scheduled solid yet. But a few weeks out, we've got some mobile shows where we're going to be setting up in other people's studios. I've got a friend named Dustin. He just opened up a studio up in Marion. He worked for me at my studio, so he's a super solid artist and a super solid guy. But the way he's got his studio set up, it's just like traditional flash everywhere, like an old school like walk-in shop. And then he's got beautiful hand-lettered signs by Brenton Potter, who's a tattooer in Bucyrus. So we'll be featuring a lot of their original art and just kind of talking about the process of street shops. You know, we talk about our experiences with our appointment only tattooers. So we're going to go into a street shop in a small town and see what daily life is like.
Meth heads.
I love street shops.
Nice.
That'll be a few weeks out, but stay tuned for that one. Yeah, we've got a few things in the works. I've got a friend that I'm traveling with out here. He runs a nonprofit radio station. So we're going to start kicking around some ideas for some of our little skits and commercials that we're going to be adding. So I'm kind of excited that the ball is going to start rolling on that content. So
Very cool.
the good things on my end.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Fawn, don't lose too
Well-
much money out there, please.
Oh, I'm not against. I can sit and watch other people throw their money away. I'm good.
If you act like you're putting some quarters in that machine, they'll bring you pina coladas for free.
Yeah, I mean, I got vape pens, so
I mean,
she good.
Pina coladas are delicious. I was just saying.
Yeah. No, my friends collectively are spending enough money, so I get included in the free rounds of drinks all night. So
Nice.
they make up for what I don't spend.
Well, be safe. Let us know if you need anything from home.
Cool.
No,
I appreciate
have fun,
you guys.
fun.
All right. Thanks for joining us
Yeah.
again, Todd. I love
Yeah.
when you take time to just kind of chill. And one of the things I really love about the episodes with you and Ben is it gives us, like, Jordan and I, we're collectors, but we're tattooers. So
Yeah.
our points of view are a little bit different, where you and Ben, you're both close to completion on your bodysuit. So you're speaking as a collector only. And I think your points of view are as valuable, if not more valuable, than mine and Jordan. So I really appreciate you guys joining us.
I'm just
And
rambling over here.
fun.
No problem.
It's always fun hanging out. It's always fun hanging out.
Yeah, Adam,
Yep.
thanks for joining us, man.
Fun time.
Super valuable. So, all right, Jordan, you got anything you want to throw in? You want to take us out?
Yep, I'll take you out. I really don't have anything else to add. Mike keeps going out. I need to check on that. So that is
That's
I'll end on that note.
frustration.
No, it's all good. No, good episode, guys. I'm really happy about this one. Adam, thank you.
Good to see ya.
Ben,
problem.
thanks for stopping
Yeah,
in.
man. Good times
Like
always.
always.
All right.
Cool. Thanks.